All right, we are back. Mo had to leave, but the party had to keep going. So here we are. We got a new guest here at Utah Crypto. Oh shit! I'm hearing my echo. There we go. Yeah, I think Marco and Kool Aid will come back in a moment. But until then, let's just keep kind of chatting and keep the flow going here. Um, Element 280 minting is live. We've got 18 days, 15 hours left. Plenty of time. You don't have to FOMO. That's optional.
I'm
And
actually really excited. I really need to look into this.
uh,
And I still have 18 days, so I should be good.
yeah, I mean, this is the perfect time to learn about it. I feel like,
Right?
we've got the panel of people here. Plenty of people have questions as well. So if you've got questions, throw them out there, and that can kind of help us steer the conversation towards helping the audience as well. Let's see. Let me share my screen. Go back to some of these beautiful stats.
So you said it ties into pretty much every protocol. So how does that accomplish that?
Let's go to Deck Screener and check out. So Element 280 has an LP with every token in the ecosystem currently. And we will keep adding to these. So as new projects come out, we're going to keep adding to them. So just like the same way any project that's building on Titan X, they're building that their token paired with Titan X, and now they have that bonded liquidity. If Titan X does well, so does your token. Um, this takes that same element and turns it to 10. And we're building an LP on every token in the ecosystem. So by holding the Element 280 token, you're essentially holding, you're getting the price action of every other token that's it's built on via the LPs. So if the price of Baby Dragon X goes up or down, Element 280 is absorbing that price action. The beautiful part is there's arbitrage opportunities. If HLX pumps and does a 2x, the element paired with the HLX will go up in value. And then that creates this arbitrage opportunity where you can buy element cheaper on another pair and then sell it on the HLX pair and make a short-term profit. And our arbitrage bots are doing this day in, day out. They are in a single transaction. They don't care about what your token is. They have no idea what it is. They just see money on the table, and they're
Mhm.
buying the token, and in the very same transaction, selling it on another pair, and they're making a few pennies in profit. But when they do that, they're paying a buy sale tax,
Right.
and that tax is primarily going to NFT holders. So by having all of these pairs, we're bonding the liquidity with all of these pairs. And we've seen it very well. Like Volt has been doing excellent lately, and you can
Hmm.
see the liquidity on the Volt pair has been going up just by being paired with Volt. The value of Volt's going up. The pair on Element is going up, and it's
Yes.
increasing the liquidity, which increases volume, does all those things.
Yeah,
Um,
Art's law, pretty much.
yeah, yeah. So by holding Element, you're essentially bonding. This token is bonded to the entire ecosystem. So just holding the token is kind of like having a piece of the entire ecosystem. And
Is there
then go ahead.
oh, sorry, is there a mechanism within the protocol that keeps feeding this liquidity, or is it one time set, and then go from there?
It's the buy and burn.
So it's in the buy
So
and burn.
and so this is when you mint these tokens, 90% of the Titan X that is used to mint is going to our buy and burn. And so when you click one of these buttons, like AwesomeX is available to click right now. When you click this button, it's so right now there's 78 billion Titan X in this pool, meaning all of this is going towards buying AwesomeX. So you click the button. The current cap for swap's 300 million, which this is on the lower end. This was a newer protocol, so we kind of dropped it a little bit. But it takes 300 million Titanx, and market buys AwesomeX, and then it takes whatever it buys and burns 10% of those tokens. So we're adding deflationary mechanisms to every single one of these tokens. And then another 80% of that AwesomeX that is purchased, it goes on to buy Element 280. And when it's doing that, it's depositing those AwesomeX tokens into the LP pool. And then the E280 tokens that it's getting back out, it's burning those tokens. And so those AwesomeX tokens are now thickening up that liquidity, and the only way to extract that is by selling your Element 280 tokens, which this is a deflationary token. So all these buys and sells are contributing towards burning the Element token. So just on that alone, that's what makes this deflationary, aside from this buy and burn.
Right. Is the LP V2 like, or?
It's V2. Yep.
V2. Okay. Perfect.
Yep. So did I get everybody added here? We got some new people, Utah, and welcome back, Marco and Crypto Kool-Aid.
Yo, yo.
Hey,
Let's go.
what's going on, guys?
I was just kind of giving Facing Reality a little rundown of exactly how this works. Now, and then also all of these LPs that we've created, these are all the LP tokens were burned. So all the
Awesome.
Dex Screener hasn't picked up a lot of these pools yet. It's not reading the liquidity yet. I think it'll happen over time. But yeah, all of these like this, let's just go to the Titanx pair right at top. This 80K in liquidity, that's burnt.
Right.
Now there may be a little extra because you've got users providing liquidity as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's working exactly how I envisioned it. You see this here. This was people claiming their rewards.
Yep.
And the buy and burn just the buy and
Nom,
burn does
nom,
not
nom.
stop.
It's not.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they would show on Dex Screener that it's actually locked liquidity.
Right.
I think that
Yeah.
that just takes time. Yeah.
Right.
But if we go
Unless you might
to-
send them a request or something, maybe they can look into it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's actually quite a bit of LP providers here. But you see 63% of it, this is burned. And like Etherscan doesn't even recognize it, because it's not a dead address, it's burned. So the 63% of this LP is locked up. But yeah, Dex Screener does not. Yeah, that's something that we should look into, because that's how majority of the whole Titanx ecosystem is they're all
Yes.
either smart contract owned or burned liquidity, and Dex Screener is not picking that up. So for the new people, it's not in your face.
Yeah, it's the one thing about all the websites is some of them give particular information, like DeBank will show stuff sometimes, but then not other times when you refresh it. And I'm like, you were just there. Where did you go, buddy? Why'd you run off? So
Yeah. Yes. And I feel like my favorite part is just this is supporting the entire ecosystem. Like buying and burning Flux increases participation on Flux participants. Now they want to go in. Now the ROI is higher because we're buying and burning their token, and that's creating a higher ROI for those participants. And now they're getting more Titanx pulled into their ecosystem because of that. And what are they doing with their Titanx? They're sending some of that to the HLX treasury and the DragonX treasury, supporting those protocols. And if Flux is doing well and the price of that token is going up, then Element 280 has got to pair with it, and it's absorbing that price action as well.
Mhm.
So it's very, very hand in hand. all the way through and through on this. So.
Yeah, what I would love for you to do, dude, right? For your marketing standpoint, for like, you know, when you tweet or when you go on stream, is always make sure to mention to folks, right? Like, you know, hey, if you own a token in the TinyX ecosystem and you decided to buy and burn over there, make sure you visit this website and click the button too. You know, just, you know, like emphasize that so it becomes a norm. It becomes like a catchphrase. You understand what I mean? Like it's something that people like they don't know and they're like, oh shit, I want to buy and burn more Hydra. I could do it twice. At the, you know, let me do one over here. Let me do one over here. It helps their bags, helps everything else, helps, you know, like
you don't have to own an NFT. You don't have to hold tokens.
Nothing.
You can just come over here and click the button. Awesome X, ready to click right now.
Yep.
In 43 seconds, Hydra right here. You can click the button.
It's so cool, man. Yep.
And you're getting paid in these ecosystem tokens. So if you click this Hydra burn button, it's going to reward you because you have to pay gas to do this. And it's going to reward you in Hydra tokens for doing so.
Somebody clip that. There you go. Right? How awesome is that? There you go.
Yeah.
Just clip that, tweet that, man. Freaking awesome, man. Everybody needs to know about that. They need to know about that. It's huge.
Do you have to switch up to the MEV blocker to do the burn?
I mean, it's always recommended to use MEV. I use MEV for all transactions. It's just a standard. You know, I love Rabbit Wallet because you just put it in one time, and no matter where you go, how you do it, it's always there. You know, I'm always MEV protected. Yep. And I see a lot of people say, "Hey, there's an MEV problem going on." It's misleading if you look on Etherscan because some of these arbitrage bots, they're labeled as MEV. But what they're doing is they're arbitraging these LPs. And that address is labeled as MEV, but it's not actually an MEV attack on the protocol. It's that they're doing what was intended and what this project was designed to do is create those arbitrage opportunities. And they are taking it. And when they do that, they're paying that buy sell tax, and that's what's going to these NFT holders.
Do you want to go over the number of on the bottom on the buy and burn? When you go back to the buy and burn on bottom left, the amount that's sitting there, so people just understand that.
2.1 million in TinyX. 2.1 million.
Remember, guys, same thing as TinyX. If that goes up, this goes up too.
Yeah, just remember the bigger thing is what happens when ETH runs. Yeah. That's where it gets. That's where the compounding really, like the magic sweet sauce, happens. Because TinyX is proof of ETH.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one stat that I've been looking at a ton. I'm pulling up the TinyX Hub Premium account where Element 280 is already listed. It is amazing. 3.33 used in NFTs already. I love it. These stacks are also amazing. But this is the one that I really like to watch here. This is the buy and burn balance of E280. And it is just steady growing.
Yeah.
Steady
That's
growing.
why I tell you, bring it up. Yeah, please. It's like it's a continuous, you know, movement. It's nice, man. It's so good.
Yeah, all of these green spikes, that's the distribution of funds from the token contract to the buy and burn contract. This is a public fund that anybody can click. And it just right over. So that's where you're seeing all these spikes and the slow down of the actual buy and burn happening. But it's so beautiful to see that it's actually climbing during this. Like this is one of my favorite stats right here. And
and it's cool is because when you see the spike of when the buy and burn does a transfer on the chart on top, it does spike at the same time, and then you can see it like the action happening, you know, between the pairs and everything else, and then does it again, and then does it again. Like it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. It's like a nice staircase.
Yeah. And
well, it's all
if you're
coiling
curious,
and pressure too. Man, this was important.
Yeah. And then
look
here
at that
on the
red,
stats,
bro. Look at that red. Let's go.
Like it's gone up like 0.2% just in the last hour.
Yeah, dude. People are burning.
So 4 more NFTs were burned since
People are
we
burning.
started this. We this never. We're gonna see this break 1,000 on stream. I think
That's gonna be great, man.
It's so amazing to watch.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and then if you're curious, what's your favorite token here? This is are all tokens that have been burned on each ecosystem. Like this literally is built on the entire ecosystem, supporting the entire ecosystem. The Titan X easy button. All you got to do is hold an NFT. That's it.
Pretty cool.
Yep. We are up to 3.7 trillion total Titan X come in. And we've got...
Hell yeah, man.
How many days? 18 days, did we say? Yes. 18 days to go.
And dude, I'm not sure if you mentioned it on the stream earlier, now or earlier from Mo stream. A lot of people, they didn't realize, when I spoke to a lot of people regarding Element 280, they didn't realize you could mint the token itself. They thought it was just buy it, or you just mint the NFT itself. They didn't know that you could mint just the token itself, and you just gotta wait. I think was it just like a day or so just to unlock that token and do whatever you want with it. You know?
Yeah, 48 hours.
Yeah, so it's the same time frame. Yeah. So like a lot of people in the chat, they're like, is this all I could do? I'm like, yeah, you buy it, you mint the token if you want, or you mint the NFT. They're like, what do you mean about minting the token? Where is it to mint the token? I'm like, it's right there. And when they did, they're like, oh, so I could just get more of the token instead of market buying right now. I'm like, yes. They're like, oh, they did it, but they want to trade and do all that stuff. So of course I tell them, because go ahead, do it. I get rewarded anyway. So go ahead, play. So it's fun, dude. It's really cool. People didn't know this.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, there's no tax here. You're getting 1 for 1.
Yep.
If you're going to the market, you're more than welcome to. But currently, there's a 16% tax on that.
Yeah.
And 12.8 of that's going to NFT holders. Once the mint phase is over, that 16% tax goes down to 4%.
Yeah.
And just to go over the whole reasoning behind that, like, somebody hears 16%, that's ridiculous. People are buying and selling it as it is. Like, that's by design.
Yep.
There's short-term players that are still making these plays, even though
the ARB is great. The ARB is great. It's great. So this is why they're doing it. It's great. People are willing to spend 16% if they could make 30-40% difference. Like the ARB is great. It's great.
So it's the perfect way to allow the short-term players and the long-term players work together as a team. The long-term players, all they got to do is sit back and just collect on those taxes.
Yep.
And the short-term players, they're allowed to. They're going to play that game. And that was one thing I knew from the very beginning. We've seen it with every buy and burn. There's always somebody that is clicking that burn button and then selling right into it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You can do that here. And now you can get what you're trying to do, and these long-term players can get what they're trying to do all at the same time.
Dude, you made a playground for a couple of people. You made a playground for people who like to click the buy and burns to sell into. You made a playground for people who loves NFTs. Yep. You made a playground for people who just like to arb between token and selling. And you made a playground for people who wants to just buy something, chill, sit back, and let everybody else play. Good job, bro. Woo. Good job.
I'm not really a fan of arbing. For me, it was always too much work.
Yeah.
But what I did do with Volt that I did differently with the other ones was just to mint every day and don't look back.
Yeah.
So with the other protocols, I was trying to compound, I was trying to ARB, and then you don't really pay attention to the ETH fees, and then it eats a lot of it away. And then to wake up 3 weeks later and everything did a 5 to 10x. And I'm like, why not just mint them all? There's only one opportunity to create those coins into existence, and that's during the mint phase. After that, it's done. So why, even if I mint at a 10 or 15% deficit instead of market buying, I still do the minting. Because a year from now, those are the coins that actually exist within the system. At some point, the minting phase is over. No coins. We are the ones creating the coins right now. So I'm happy to pay 10% or get 10% less just to create the coins into existence.
Well, and here it's still 1 for 1, so you don't even have
Yeah, here
to
you go.
worry about that.
Yeah.
And the arbitrage game is insanely competitive. Like if you look at some of these transactions, they're doing it for literally pennies, but they're making money because they're doing thousands of transactions.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
running scripts, they're scanning the blockchain, they're looking for those opportunities, and they're getting in and out of these. And if they try to get greedy and they're like, oh, I don't want to make just 2 pennies, I want to make 4, somebody else is going to slide in there and take those 2 pennies. And so they're forced to be extremely competitive with their ROI. Like otherwise somebody else is going to take it. And it's all automated, like the system, like those arbitrage bots, they take care of that all on their own. You're more than welcome to try to compete in it. People say it is crazy competitive.
Yeah, think about like what happens when the volume does a 2x in element 280, right? A 3x from now, not including price, nothing like that, just volume alone. People are just interacting and making more moves and stuff like that. How wonderful and happy are not only the ARBs are going to be, but just the NFT holders itself. Or folks don't want to do any of that. They just want to hold on to the token and that's it. That's fine. They benefit too by just holding it if they want to. Why not hold through NFT, if you're going to hold? And then we decide you don't want to hold no more, just burn some and, walk away with your tokens that you want to do. That's a smart play.
Yeah.
What I really like about E280 is like I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. I mean, you got the bots, you got the sellers, you got everybody else. All I have to do is hold. And the protocols and everything else is doing the work for me. They want to burn their NFTs, go ahead, more rewards for me. You want to ARB, go ahead, more for me. And I just sit here and let everything do the work for me and get a better position. Just move right up the rankings by doing absolutely nothing but
correct.
minting these NFTs. And so, I mint some of the comments. So, if I do need to sell some, this run or whatever, I will. But, I've shared it a million times. Like I'm minting these for my son. And,
Awesome,
I mint them for my son. What's it going to be worth? Like, I'm not like, I normally wouldn't hold a token and round trip it through cycles. But with these NFTs, I'm going to round trip a couple. I'm going to give them to my kid and have him round trip a couple because all the way down when people are selling, you know what I mean? In the bull run and everything else, more, 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 more. And then
Yeah.
if you're holding it and then we're still doing the 4-year cycle, they come in, they start buying more, 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 more. All of these things are happening and this thing is just sitting there compounding, and how much does it really cost me, to mint?
Yeah,
One of
I
the
took a
rares.
page out of your playbook, Utah. I did the same thing.
I mean,
I'm looking long term.
Yeah, dude, that's great
yeah,
that you mentioned that, man. Utah, like I love it because it goes to show you that during the Bears and the Bulls, right? Like sometimes you try to decide what you're gonna bring over during the bear, right? If you cannot sell it all, right? What's worth really holding on to? And the beautiful thing about E280s is after the mint phase is done, there's nowhere else to get this, right? Either you buy somebody else's or you got to make sure you have some left, right? So this could be one of those things where if the bear's coming, you still hold on to it. You don't care, right? Just let everybody freaking dump in the bear when it comes to this particular token. You eat up all that free element, man. You could sell. This is the beauty. You could sell the rewards you get every 7 days. You don't ever have to touch the NFT, and you can still carry on to the next bull and the next market and the next market. While everybody else comes back and plays again. If that happens. So this is one of those things where you maybe just don't ever touch, and if you do, you can. That's what's
yeah,
great.
exactly. And
Yeah.
I think the value of these NFTs, not financial advice, but
Yep.
man, I mean, look at it, like you listen to Crypto Awesome talk about it, and shout out to Dave. I love his passion. But what he talks about where we're at in this ecosystem, we're at the base of the mountain. You know what I mean? To us, we seem like we're halfway up the mountain because we're so involved in this ecosystem. But like 90% of crypto doesn't even know we exist. So if we're at the base of the mountain and you got, you know, entry level positions on 14 of the first protocols that launched, wrapped up in an NFT, think about that for a minute. What could this do? The potential, oh man, I love it. I've loved E280. As soon as I started digging in and hearing about it, I was like, oh man, I love this.
Now, what happens if somebody decides, you know what, just for the hell of it, I just want to do something that burns more E280s or something, right? Just burns it even faster, right? You know, maybe you gotta sacrifice your E280 to enter in, or you place the E280 or something, you know, it makes it even more scarce. Now there's another game to be played, right? You just don't know. Jake, what's up, bro?
I
Good.
kept them.
What's up,
I
man?
was typing away in the chat and I felt lazy. So I might as well just hop on.
What's up, man? Welcome to the party, bro.
I'm keeping count.
Yep.
That's one gum.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to start counting.
Yep.
Oh,
So you guys were
man.
talking about Element 280?
Oh yeah, man. How
Yes.
beautiful and pretty it is, right?
I mean, it's clean, man. The arbitrage bots are definitely doing work on the pools because every time somebody sells Element 280 in the Element Titan X pool, you see the ARB bots go to work on all the other pairs. You can see it on Etherscan.
Yeah, dude was just talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's
You guys are
creating.
getting me FOMO.
It's not just volume on the E280 pairs. Like, it's creating a ton of volume on the Titan X ecosystem pairs as well. Like, you
True.
know, because all that Titan X is routing through all of the ecosystem tokens. Like, all of these tokens we're buying with Titan X, and then from there we're buying E280. So it's creating tons of volume, and yeah. Shout out to Marco. The machines are getting fed all of these LP fees. You
Bro,
know, like
I'm making a tweet and writing about I'm literally typing over here, making a tweet regarding like these red days are beautiful for the kingdom of Titan X compared to brutal days of other ecosystems, because the next day or the same day the machines come and eat it all up. I'm literally typing it. Hilarious, man. I love it.
but it's all smart contract owned, you know, and it's just all those smart contracts are just soaking up all these LP fees.
Yeah, dude. It's so good.
The burn amount is just insane. It's growing so fast. And I can't. I expected some people to be burning NFTs, but about to hit 1,000 is just amazing to see. I can't believe that there's that many people out there that are itching to. I imagine a lot of those people are realizing, oh, there's value. They could burn it and remint another NFT. But I thought most of those players were just going to be minting and selling tokens, you know. But we just this stat is just crazy. And we're minting is still live. Like, once this minting phase is done, every one of these NFTs burned is just going to be so epic for everybody else that's still there holding.
Hey, dude, with the I got a question. With the incorporating the option to do a purchase with ETH, I mean, what type of results have you seen with that? As in giving the investor or the person interested an option to use tokens or ETH. I mean, it's like I'm pretty sure it's got to be up there.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't kept exact track of it. Like, there's one right here, 45 minutes ago, mint with ETH. Lots of Titan X. It's I don't know, if I just threw a number out, there's another. No, it's the same one. If I just threw a number out there, I'd say maybe 5 to 10%. There's another mint with ETH. It's definitely there. We're definitely was noticing it. That was one of the first things I was looking at. Was like, was this worth adding this? There's another one there. They're definitely rolling in. People are doing it. I've been recommending this to other builders. Like, it's 100% worth the extra code to put that in there, because it's just, it makes it so simple and easy for a new person to come in and play.
Exactly.
Which, you know, this is, you know, the whole thing, what Element 280 is the Titan X easy button, and you don't even need Titan X. You just click the toggle, and you don't even need Titan X. Just show up with the ETH. Everybody's got ETH in their wallet. You got to pay ETH for gas
I agree.
fees. That's the base currency. Titan X itself is that leverage play on ETH. So it just makes complete sense to go that route.
Yeah, and let the system make the swap behind the scenes if it has to. You know, it's a
Beautiful.
like make it easy for the user. You know, I agree.
Yeah.
Smart move. Now you get actually the opportunity to bring new economic energy into the system instead of using something that you already have that nobody wants to get rid of. It's like-
But it allows them to come play, and then once they get used to the foundation of things, how things work, then they could go and start buying more Titan X and everything else. You know, you want their foot in the door first. You know, so that's a smart move by one click. Good job, man.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Is I want this to be as easy as possible for a new user. Like this is, you know, everyone, you know, they're asking like, where do you start when you go to Titan X Hub and you see this long list of projects? Where do you start? The first thing everyone says, just hold some Titan X. You know, start there. Like with this, you don't even have to do that. You can just mint the Element 280 token, and you're immediately in the entire ecosystem. You know, there's no fear of FOMO by holding this NFT because there's the LPs on every single token in the ecosystem. It's just amazing.
Well, the FOMO is there if you don't have the NFT like me. So thank you very much.
It's just one button.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful.
But yeah, I'm gonna do it after the stream for sure.
I really good. I was just gonna say, I wish Dex Screener would pick up all these because like it's showing 340K in 24-hour volume. That's only on 5 of the 14 pairs. Like the actual trading volume is way up there. The Dex Screener doesn't even show because it's not. These are exotic LPs. It usually takes them a little while to figure it out and get all those stats put in there. I've seen it with Giannis, you know, creating that LP web. It takes him a minute to figure it out. But once it does and it fulfills all these stats, like we'll actually be able to see, you know, because people are like, oh, there's a, you know, they look at the Titan X pair and they're like 78,000 in liquidity. That's nothing. I'm like, well, that's only one of the 14 pairs. If you add up the liquidity to every single one of these, it's much, much higher. And like the liquidity is there.
Right.
So
yeah, Jake, what I was telling dude earlier that should be one of the biggest marketing for this is that, you know how everyone has their own personal tokens. Everyone loves clicking the buyer burns before they make a sale, whatever it is, right? Well, why not go to that particular website, click on that button, they come over here and click the button one more time, you know? So now if you're trying to make a sale, you're trying to, you know, sell into that sale, why not get 2 places to help boost your bag value while you exit out the system or do whatever you got to do while you help your continuous bags now, plus burn Element 280 at the same time, you know?
It's a 1-2 punch.
1-2 punch. Beautiful, man. That should be like the number one marketing just right there alone. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Then we have the freaking NFTs. That's even better. You know, so good. It's so good, man.
I really like how it's scaled out though for once a week. It's positioning for the future, right?
Yeah.
Especially when Gwei goes up and all the rest of that. It's future planning, right?
Yeah, and if you can't claim, you can't claim this week, just wait next week and claim it, or claim at the end of the month, right? Do you want to collect a weekly paycheck, a bi-weekly paycheck, or a 1 month, you know, paycheck? That's your choice. There's no penalties. It's brilliant, you know. Just be gas efficient. It's great.
Well, it's the same thing as like when you're mining on the farms, based on what your yield load is, you know, the fees may eat a good position of that based on what your bag is. So, you know, let those build up so it's congruent to be able to do it without the most resistance as possible.
Yeah.
We got somebody wanting to extend the mint phase. Sorry. No can do.
I said nope.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
That's great. It's great. More legendaries. Yeah, I was interested. Let me go back to the stats here. I was curious how many people would want, because like if you want to mint a legendary, there's no whale bonus. One legendary. Let me go to here real quick. It's all 1-to-1 cost basis. 10 billion gets you 10 billion. 1 billion, 1 billion. 100 million, 100 million. This is just for ease. Whales can come in. They don't have to mint 200 commons. They can just mint a couple of legendaries. So I was really interested to see the stats on it. And it's a pretty solid spread, I would say. Lots of people really, really like that amplifier bonus. If you notice, like,
oh, dude, I have a question when you're done.
I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to point out there. And we are still 6 away. I really believe we're gonna see 1,000. Somebody who wants to burn that NFT. Let's see it.
Hell no, bro. Can you go back to the minting part of the NFT?
Well, Ahmed just said he just
when
got
folks,
10 more NFTs, so we may be over 1,000 right now.
Yeah, one question I had was when folks, let's say I make a legendary, right? And I take that 1 billion Titan X and I burn that to get the extra the boost. By me burning that, do I get credit towards if I go back to Titan X website and it recognizes that wallet burns Titan X? Does it get credited?
That was the original design, but everybody, that was a big thing. There was a lot of feedback we got was like, why don't burn it? Don't burn it. So those tokens are actually going to the HLX. They're going to the HLX treasury, so they're getting locked
even
up
better,
forever.
even better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
And we're doing that with the Pulsar side because we're taking zero Titan X and all the rest of that because we are an infrastructure pass that allows people to get the 100% credit across the board from the 100% burn on Titan X and the over 90% buy and burn on the Pulsar side. We wanted to basically give the most user base to get you that credit because since in hyperinflationary mode, that 8% is massive. That is massive, like gold in the future.
Yeah.
But since we're not doing the other side mechanics like minting and staking and all the rest of that, that's why we went that route with the decision to focus on protocol first mentality.
Yeah, that's great, man. Because don't get me wrong, I would have loved that credit, right? But going to the Helios treasury, know what that does and how it helps just the rest of Helios and Element 280, all that stuff. It's great. It's almost like a mini Dragon X inside yourself. Like it's great. Like I like it, man. Good job. Yeah, good decision. I want to give people the right information, not tell them, yeah, you do get credit, and they don't. I don't want to give people false information. So thank you for answering that. Yeah.
Right. But when you do, like the important part is like those tokens are taken off the market forever.
Yeah. And you're getting a bonus anyway. So you're getting your values anyways, if you think about it, in Element 280 rewards. So it's a win-win for everyone, user, protocol, and everybody else. So good job, man. Thank you.
I like the echo of your cat behind you, by the way, dude.
Yeah, cats always around.
That's the most important part of life is the having the gatos.
Yeah, they are fun. They're fun until they wake you up at like 7 a.m. saying "feed me." Like they come sit on your head.
Yeah, check your mints and where you got to deal with your wallet though. It's a good time to be awake.
Right.
Look at that. 997. We just saw 3 NFTs burned. My God.
Ahmed, I'm looking at you. 2 more or 3 more. Let's go.
It's so amazing.
I'm getting some dinner, so I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. It's this to me signifies there's a lot of long-term players. The amped option doesn't really make sense if you're a short-term player because you don't get that additional backing. But the additional percentage of rewards long-term, could be worth it. And I think that's what that signifies to me is there's a lot of people here that are wanting to play the long game.
Yeah. And I know as a founder, you're very limited to the strategies you could share, right? Or talking about price and all that stuff. So I don't mind saying one thing I did for one of my wallets was very simple. I made a few legendaries, kept it that way. Then you make a bunch of rares, right? And the way I treat it, or I will treat it in the future, is if I ever want to exit out, right? You could like ladder your way of breaking these NFTs, right? You don't have to destroy the whole golden goose right away, right? So you could treat them like ladders, you know? So like, if let's say you made a bunch of rares, let's say you don't want to make one legendary, but you want to make a bunch of rares, then make 10 rares, you know? And then maybe you sell one if you have to. Every 3 months you sell one, or every 6 months you sell one, you know? So you always have some skin in the game, and you're always earning passive income while the decision time comes. Maybe when you decide to make that decision, you earn so much rewards where you decide to not even do it, you know? So it gives you that chance to not wreck yourself right away, you know? So that's one strategy I recommend. Yeah.
And I do want to point out, there is additional gas. So I would not recommend it, instead of one legendary, 100 commons.
Yeah, of course. That'd be the best outcome, you know, to make one legendary and call it a day, you know?
I mean, like 10 rares, you know, to one legendary, the gas cost is not that different. We tried to optimize it for that, but 100, that changes it.
Yeah,
you know, if you're going to mint one rare, then minting 10 commons, that's not, you know, too different on the gas fees.
Yeah.
But you don't want, you know, a few thousand commons, you know, like that would be insane.
Yeah. True. Yes.
So, because I had somebody come to me and they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that." I'm like, I mean, we can optimize gas as much as we can, but at the end of the day, it's still 100 plus NFTs that you have to loop through for claiming every single one of those, because these rewards follow the NFTs. So you sell this NFT on the market. If you didn't claim any of those rewards, whoever buys that NFT can go straight to the website and claim those rewards. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. Like while the NFT is sitting on the marketplace, which let's go check it out. It's accruing rewards, which is I think a cool little aspect. We got one on Titan Legends marketplace listed for 4.5 billion Titan X.
They're going to happen sooner or later.
I mean, same thing as What's. You know, it just it takes a little bit of time until people build on it, people crack it, people see what they have.
What if you think there's a 2x from here or a 3x from here? You know, you see, people are gonna start posting. People are gonna be like, you know what, I can't resist.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing about after launch day is complete, then we're going to see the entire cycle in its full form. Right now, it's still what in game day we would call early access.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Look at that. That's dope.
Oh yeah, we got some bullish NFT holders here.
Yeah, underneath. Lol.
Yeah,
I'll buy it right now. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Hey, but you know what's crazy, dude? Like, you know what's funny? We laugh now, right? And you never know what these things could be worth, man. You never know.
Yeah.
Think about it. If it does, whatever your value you got right now, so whatever you just got paid this past week, right? What if you get something similar in the same amount a month, 2 months from now, and Element 280 did a 2x from here? Oh, now it's more exciting, you know? What if volume is $1 million in volume every single day, you know? Think about that action behind the scenes, you know? Like, what if it does 5x from here? Of course, not financial advice, but these NFTs could become super rare and super expensive really quick. Really quick.
Well,
Remember,
think
your
about
tokens
the
inside,
olden days.
you know?
Well, think about the olden days when like you used to get baseball cards with like bubble gum or some dumb shit, you know, 60, 70 years ago. Those things became super rare and started the individual collecting paradigm on a completely different level, because you bought something at a common rate value. But there's, let's call it a rare Pokemon hiding in every random one. And that starts that ever collection mentality that you don't know what you don't have till you don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got any more comments?
You can't get this back, man. After the mint phase is over, it's over. You know, that's what's cool, man.
Yeah, and even in a bear market, there's the tokens are still getting burnt.
Yeah.
You know, this is deflationary without any interaction required. We don't. Obviously, a 90% buy and burn is amazing, but it's not necessarily to continue burning this token. Like, this is doing it on its own without a buy and burn. So, so there's one prediction, maybe only a couple hundred. Yeah, that'd be Maybe. There's no telling. No telling. What else we got?
I don't know. I'm going against Marco on Last Man Standing, so we'll be the last ones.
Listen, man, this thing, like what Utah said earlier, right? I love that he said it, right? Because you look at this perspective of different people. He wants to save them for the next market for his child, you know, like. So this is something, if you burn right now and the bull market comes or the bear market comes, right? Like you can't get this anymore. Well, he gets to hold it on to the next one. You never know what they could be in, in the next bull. That's great. It's a great thing to hold. It's a beautiful thing. And what's great about it too is that, some people, they hear NFT and they think the value got exchanged just for a picture. No, your tokens are inside these NFTs, guys, too. So the tokens you had, you're just converting it into the NFT. You're just storing it inside the NFT. It's still there. Once you burn it, you reclaim all those tokens back. So not like you just got a picture and you got to sell pictures to somebody. You decide you can't make the sale online on Titan Legends or whatever it is, and you decide you still need the money. Then burn your NFT, collect the tokens, and do what you got to do. That's brilliant, man. It's great.
Yeah, well, it just blows my mind how people don't understand what an NFT is, being a wrapper on a wrapper. Right, you're wrapping code that technically can pass through Occam's razor and then wrap code again. You can do so much with that damn shit, and people aren't using the tech appropriately.
Yeah,
these aren't last cycle's NFTs, right?
Yeah,
like just like everything else in Titan X, it's elevated. The game has been elevated. The technology is advanced. Things are different over here, just like everything else. You look at every new project that's launching, it's next level. Like, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And it's like, my God, what are we doing over here? The stuff that's happening over here in this ecosystem is truly amazing and super, super advanced, advanced on the back end, but easy to use on the front end for the user. I love it.
Open the pod bay doors.
Down there.
Open the pod bay doors.
All because of what Jake did, right? Made Titan X. Everybody else came to play, man. Shout out to Jake.
Yeah,
and now I'm playing together with everybody.
Come on, man. You gotta stop being humble, bro. Talk your shit. You built something incredible, man. You built something incredible, man. I mean, you built something great, and he built an incredible NFT. Look at that, right? Dope, man.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if we're being real, Titan X would not be what it is without the builders.
Absolutely.
So it is. Yes, I did my work, but it's all these guys that make Titan X what it is.
100. It really, the build on Titan X is the ultimate mythos that fixes all the other thing. Because you can go through. I mean, shit. Like with Zen, you have hundreds of wallets. Do you really want to click through all that? Just like 100 different comments? No. But we learn. But really binding community to positivity and passion. Money. Like, that's really what it comes down to. Positivity and passion.
I mean, you created the
100%.
ultimate playing ground for people to play on.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes, it's recognition to the builders, but what would the builders would have done without the playground to actually play on? And have everybody, we talked about this before, the capabilities of having everybody uphold the ethos is something that is admirable. I mean, keeping everybody accountable is what actually made this all work. The accountability to everybody and keep everybody accountable if they make a mistake. And the shift that I see within Titan X is, before everybody created something, how can we create as much value as quickly as we can? And now we're working on how can we make sure we don't drop 80% in the bear market? What can we do to make it 70% or 60%?
And that's what's cool,
that
man.
Shift is
that's different level thinking. There you go. That's this community DeFi 2.0 right there, right? That's like, don't worry about the bull. Anybody can make it in the bull, and we're gonna do great, right? Like it is what it is, right? But how can we keep on doing something during the bear, right? The machines don't sleep in the bear, right? We might, they don't, right? How can you make sure they're ready, right?
Yeah.
So we're making the machines awesome, right? We're making sure they're oiled properly, they're tuned perfectly, they're built proper, and let them ride, let them do it. That's why I made my tweet just recent, right? Like, these days are brutal for other communities and other times, to me, this is a day before the machine have fun tomorrow to go play. You know, machines love these red days. They don't stop. They eat they eat more. They take over. They take over the rebellions that's trying to take over. They destroy them more these days. You know, it's a bloodbath for them. You know, they love it. So
the level of collaboration and how everybody is working with one another, it's literally like you have a theme park.
Yeah.
So you have a really big group of people. They all go to the same theme park. Do they all go to the same attraction? No. Somebody may like this, somebody may like this. This is exactly the same. You don't have to be part of in any of it.
Yeah.
It's something that attracts you, and you're instantly part of a really big community, over a wide, broader community than you actually thought you were entering. And it's literally like trying to constantly add value instead of extracting value. It's a refreshing sight to see, for sure.
And you know what I like too, when people want to build on Titan X. Like, I know when I'm trying to do my own thing behind the scenes, I go with the flow chart. I know all you have done it, because you guys all built incredible things already. Like, you look at it and the first thought is, how much Titan X can I help burn? That's awesome, right? Usually is like, how much money can I get from these people? How much can I extract? How much can I this? You know, how much can we raise right? How many extras you could do? The first thing is, how much portion can I put to the side to make sure I burn enough Titan X? And then how much can I maybe support my own token or somebody else's token to help burn that? And then convert that economic energy to help pump mine, you know? It's a beautiful, flawless way of doing things. It's great, man. The mindset of how people build is incredible. And you know what? We don't need to talk about it. The codes are showing it. The charts are showing it. The progress is showing it. You know, it's, you know, what Jake did, what he built, the way he built his Titan X, and then everybody else follows suit. It's great, man. It's dope. It is so dope, man.
The Genesis wallet is a big thing, or a big part of it as well. It incentivized the builders to have a steady income to keep on building without having to nuke their own product.
Yeah.
So there's always, so
right,
yeah,
bro.
he literally took capitalism to another level and dropped it on the blockchain, and do it the way capitalism should be working. So yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm. It's by design. This is
look at Jake said.
Everybody that's playing in this in the Titan X playground, you know, they're at the very least indirectly supporting everybody else.
Exactly.
Like with Element 280, like I made a point to directly support them. You know, I'm directly buying and burning their tokens. But even if you're not doing that, you're supporting everybody else. Every Titan X that you take off the market supports every other protocol in the ecosystem, because we're all built on top of it. So,
and every protocol takes care of that Titan X that gets entered. That's what's cool, right? They all respect it. They all one proto person hands it over. They grab that that green gem, and they take care of it, and they make sure it's used properly and do whatever they got to do with it. You know. And they all do that, man. It's dope. Mike, what's up, bro?
Let's go.
Hey guys, how's it going, man? I was actually going to sleep, but then I saw you guys. I was like, shit, I gotta join now.
Let's go, bro. What's up, man?
Mike?
Contagious.
Dude was just giving you so much prop earlier regarding the add-ons you did for Element 280 on the Titan Hub. So, and it looks beautiful, bro. Great job with that. Great job.
Yeah.
No worries. What exactly? I missed that.
Dude, do you want to show him or explain what you were sharing? That was a cool stat. Maybe Jake didn't see it too. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, one stat in particular I've been watching is the buy and burn balance.
Oh, I see. Now I get the context.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty cool, man.
This yellow line just steady going up.
Just winding the coil.
Yeah. This is beautiful.
Yeah, that's on the Titan Hub Premium, and that's regarding Element 280, the buy and burn balance. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I can do a quick scroll. Like, there's tons of stats on several projects. Element 280. I don't know where's the. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, man.
Come check out your favorite protocol. Yeah.
It's so worth it, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of work went to this, man. I mean, shout out also to Ted. We a team is Not
Awesome,
everything
Ted.
you're seeing here is
Yeah.
just my creation. Ted is in the team as well, and yeah, a lot of work went to this, man. So, but very excited about this, man.
Yeah, 10x
Oh my
Ted.
god, I didn't
my team
realize
life.
Ted was part of this. Ted, I'm sorry, bro. Amazing work, buddy. Amazing
no.
work.
No, no,
Amazing.
Shout out to the team.
he's definitely in, man. And
I
he
apologize,
actually
buddy.
wanted to join.
I apologize. Yeah.
He will be on the stream very soon as well. But because up to now he wanted to be in the background, and I always every week I tell him like, man, come to the stream, come to the stream. But I think he will be joining now. So hopefully day 369 he'll
Yeah,
join.
hopefully he comes on. Yeah. Tell him.
Yeah, he needs to
tell
get
him we
on
said
here.
thank you. Yeah. Tell him we said thank you. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Always, man.
Yeah. So I love this stat right here. And after looking at this, I was like, you know what? Like, what are we doing here? We need to fuck around and find out. And I cranked up the buy and burn. It was rolling.
Oh yeah, by half, right?
Every
Like,
hour.
half.
It's now going
Every half an hour. Yeah. I saw it
every
earlier.
30
Yeah.
minutes. Let's,
Well, I mean, that was the
Yeah.
use case that was really interesting about Volt is
Yeah.
seeing it press like a nomic press. It just smashes every 5 minutes. And that was a very different vector than what we've seen with all the other protocols being that 30 minutes an hour, 2 hours and all the rest of that. Based on what its well of liquidity is and how long it can manage it, it can have very different paradigms and parameters on what happens with that. And that is a very interesting case study. So, really important to look at the system, digest it, see what it does, take a step back, and then understand that you've learned something to apply to suss out, and then run that simulation fucking real time. I mean, sometimes that's scary, but running a simulation in real time gives you a lot of immediate data, whereas speculating on a system behind the scenes for a long time is not going to get you there.
Mhm. Absolutely. And like this does not disappoint me right here.
Look, it went up again.
46
It was
billion.
much less earlier. Look at that. It went up again.
Yeah.
Now it's
this is
92.
just rolling. Yeah, super hard. It's the distribution happened yesterday morning. We're looking at this is a day and a half. What is this going to look like in a week? And I don't think it's going to disappoint. I mean, not financial advice. Do your own research. Blah blah. But this is
It increased by about 9K from earlier from MoStream. I just checked. Look at that.
That's insanity to me.
How awesome is that, right?
Yeah.
Actually, 10K because it was 81. Now it's what 92, something like that. Wow, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What I really like about. Go ahead, dude. Sorry.
No, just given the update, I'm waiting for this to tick over to 1,000. So I know somebody wants to burn their NFT. Three more to go.
Too. When it happens, take a screenshot. Don't forget.
I mean, people realize that they can compound using their rewards, right? Like, there's no reason to you don't necessarily need to burn NFTs right now. But if you want to, go ahead, because I'm happy to get your rewards, which I love about this protocol. But I can compound within this mint cycle without burning any NFTs. I just got to get some rewards. I'll mint a couple more and just keep going, and then I'm just gonna hold in a perfect case of the impatient. We'll pay the patient.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it, man. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. What else you got going on, Mike? You got any updates on what you got going on?
I mean, one thing I just wanted to mention was regarding. I think we were talking on the DMs early on regarding CowSwap, right? With the Element 280. So I did mention. So probably a bit context. I think today I saw a tweet and somebody was asking how to swap the Element 280. I believe that Uniswap, it should work perfectly fine actually. So you have to set up the slippage quite high, right? Is it 20%?
20%, about 20%, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
20%. Sometimes 19 or so. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I mean, I think with CowSwap, I don't know. I think I set it up 20%, even 30%. It still was not working. So I told one of the CowSwap dev that there's an issue there. regarding that, and I only gave him one of the pools. So the pool, the biggest pool the Titan X pool actually.
Well, in the beginning, it was Dragon X because they had the highest allocation. But since we've been live, everything's fluctuating, and Volt has just gone on a tear. And I believe Volt has the highest liquidity now. Yeah, Volt
Okay,
is.
Okay. You don't have a dashboard to show you that right now? No, right? Do you?
To show us what?
The liquidity pools, like all in one. I
I
guess
don't.
it's something I
Well,
should be
if
adding.
you go to Deck Screener, you just type in
Oh yeah,
if
that
you
was
type if you just type in element 280 and just don't do anything, it should show you all the all the pairs. You can
We're
look
just
at
putting the contract address so it forces it through.
yeah.
I
The
mean, I can
issue
look
is
in.
it's not recognizing all of them. See,
Oh, yeah,
like
you
right
used it
now,
earlier. Yeah. That's
it's
right.
showing 343K and 24-hour volume, but that's only on 5 pairs. These other
I see.
pairs are not picked up yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you mentioned
If only
that
there
earlier.
was like a stats guy or somebody that puts together all this kind of technical info. If there's only somebody out there that could put that
Mike.
together for us.
Ted. Mike's like, damn it.
Did I miss something?
Hint.
Yeah, that'd be great if your portfolio showed you which pools are doing and the
That's so
yields you
funny.
get on that too. It'd be great.
Yeah, but anyhow,
Yeah, because
so
if you go here, it's showing, what is volume? This one's liquidity. So it's showing 80K in liquidity,
Oh,
but
we don't see it on the screen.
that's just the one pair. Oh, whoops.
So
that might help me throw that back up there.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so you go here, you look at element, and you're like, oh, 80K, what the hell is that? But that's just a single pair. That's not. There's 14 of them. So there's quite a bit more liquidity. Like I was saying, Volt's the largest LP currently, and that's because Volt's gone on a tear, and that's where the bonded liquidity plays. This is where you see this is a big part of what Titan X is these bonded LPs, and Volt's done great, and just by Vault being awesome like what it is, the liquidity on this pair has gone up. We still see, I've noticed that volume wise, Titan X is still the leader in 24-hour volume. I think that's possibly because these arbitrage bots, they're going to the closest pair to ETH, which would be Titan X, because they're trying to get in and out of ETH these plays.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
So dude, so the Kausop dev wrote to me and he says like, it seems strange. Send me the involved address and I'll investigate further. So
Nice.
if you can send me just like the list of all the pools, I think that'll be great, because then he has all the information, and then hopefully they can somewhat reroute all their, I don't know, maybe they can change something in their router.
Sure. Yeah. There's 14 LPs. I'll send every single one of these contract addresses to you.
Exactly.
Mike, while you're waiting too, DeFi Llama works phenomenal. Because Volt even has it. It's the same issue where if you're trying to sell on Hotspot with Volt, it says it's unsupported for a while. I don't know if it's doing it now, but in the beginning when you try to like buy it or whatever, it said it was unsupported. But DeFi Llama works flawlessly.
Yeah. This is also something which I also told the Kausop dev already. There was an issue with Hydra, I believe, and it should be fixed by now. So there are some people who are still getting that issue in CowSwap, and clearing the cache somewhat helped actually, because the fix came, but people were still seeing the arrow, and clearing the cache definitely hurt somebody who did that, and it was working again. But I think from now on, I'll just tell the dev like, hey, just listen to all the Titan X pair, and whenever they pop up, just fix that, man.
Yeah, I do want to put a public service announcement out there. Uniswap, there's they charge an additional fee just by using their website. Like there's, all of these pairs are 1% trading fees. They're and that 1% goes to the liquidity providers. If you go to the Uniswap's website, they charge an additional fee on top of that 1%, and that goes directly to Uniswap. So the second they started doing that, that's when I started boycotting them, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Just for a front end, they're charging that. So that's kind of why CowSwap, I got converted to them. There's several other options out there. I don't want to recommend anything to anybody. You should do your own research on that as well. But yeah, it's you can literally go to CowSwap and get a better deal, even though you're routing through the exact same Uniswap LP pair. You're going to get more tokens back than what Uniswap's quoting you, because they're skimming a little fee off the top of there. So a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah, that came in, I think, last November or so. It
Yeah,
was
the update they had.
0.15%, and then it went up to 0.25%.
Yeah,
Must
everybody
be
went at
last
it
November.
on Twitter against them. They let them have it.
Yeah.
They weren't happy.
But there's still people that have no idea. They have no idea because it's not very apparent, on their website, and people don't realize it. And they've been using it for ages. It is the go-to DEX, and that's where all the liquidity is. But you don't have to use their front end. Oh, boom!
Boom!
There
Take a
we
screenshot. Take a
go.
screenshot.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Wrap.
Yeah. Let's snag that.
Dude, you don't have those LPs right now, right? Do you? Like in a list or something?
I do not. No, I've got it I've got it saved on Deck Screener watch list, but I still need to go through each one and click it and paste it. After the stream, I'll shoot them over to you.
No worries, because the dev is writing to me right now as we speak. That's why I was like, okay. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. I'll send it.
Don't worry. Jump on the stream.
Exactly. I'll send you the StreamYard.
I'm like, yo, send the
link. Come on,
I'll send you the main pair, at least, if you haven't showed them that. There's there. I just sent you the main pair, and then I'll shoot you the Volt pair as well, because it's again one of the largest ones. Yeah, it's still new. Like I said, I've learned with some of these tokens, especially at this point, some of these are would be considered an exotic pair. So a lot of these sites, it takes a little while for them to get there and get all their shit together to show the stats properly. So that's I just sent you the Volt element pair. But yeah, this it's just
beautiful.
The machine is working perfectly.
Dude, that's all you want. Like element 280 could just go sideways forever, and I'll be happy exactly where the price is right now. Like I'll be just happy alone, just like that. Like it's incredible, man. So good.
Yeah.
Of course, we wanted to go higher.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, if anybody knows anything about supply and demand, what happens when you reduce supply and demand stays the same? What happens? Yeah.
Look at that red, man.
1,000.
That red is looking good. Look at that red.
Yeah, steady growing. Steady growing.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, what else is going on?
2, 3.
Jake, I saw somebody was mentioning they're itching to burn their stakes. How many people out there are just itching? They want to burn their stakes, and I'm just waiting for that moment to give that to them. So just like Element 280, they're burning their NFTs already. They won out already.
Let them take it. Burn it all.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how much of the stake pool gets burned when you give people the opportunity to do it. I think it's going to be an insane stat when that happens.
We're going to make Mike Dean make another feature on his website. Always making him work. That's so funny.
So what's your response? Soon? soon. You can
I'm
burn.
looking to Shogun now.
Yeah.
So so X28 will burn stakes. That's coded. That's done. But I'm working through Shogun now because X28 is like the trick up the sleeve, the shotgun. You know, when we need it, we'll pull it out. When we need to protect the fort, we'll pull it out. But Shogun, I'm working through the game theory now. I'm getting it nailed in. Man, that's gonna be a motherfucking beast. I'm excited for Shogun. It might be one of the. If you think Titan X is crazy, just wait until you see what fucking Shogun is. That might just be like the pinnacle of my work, Shogun, because essentially taking all the best things that I've seen within the Build on Titan X ecosystem, combining it all into one, making it a massive Titan X burn. Because I like my 20% number. 20%, yep. Put Jake Sharp on there. So I love that 20% number. But it's essentially going to be a combination between Vault, Element 280, and what will be another good comparison? But essentially Element 280 because of the liquidity web. So it's not going to have holder rewards. It's just going to be hardcore burning and feeding the perpetual auction, which is going to be very similar to Vault. But we also want to do the Element 280 thing where Titan X comes in, burns 20%, and 80% gets split across a bunch of hyperdeflationary pairs within the ecosystem. It's going to have paired with everything, but it's going to split between all the hyperdeflationary tokens, buy through them to get to Shogun, which is also going to create a bunch of arbitrage. And the arbitrage feeds the Vault for Shogun because we're going to put a tax on it. So it's going to be all V2 pools. So this creates a massive effect on the Build on Titan X ecosystem because V2 pools, the fees feed themselves. So as all this volume happens across the pair, it just locks more and more of the Build on Titan X tokens up into LPs, combined with the buy volume. And as they're doing that, a part of that Shogun, I'm thinking about 50%, goes into the Vault for people to auction on. And the tax will also burn Shogun. So it's a massive combination between all of it. The liquidity web is going to be a massive part of it. And then as that effect happens, like we're also going to have a buyout through Pulsar, because that has also a big effect on the ecosystem. Because every time that ratio breaks, it just drags one Ethereum in and two Titan X in. The Ethereum buys Titan X, but then the Titan X gets locked up in pools, burns, sent to Dragon X, sent to Helios. So Shogun might be a big reason that that ratio breaks and the arbitrage opens up, and then the pistons start kicking off, like Hilag's talking about. So it will do. Shogun will be fucking. I'm excited for Shogun.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's a bit of it.
What's
and then
the
obviously
saying?
Liquidity.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So it is. So taking elements out of Element 280. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, just basically taking what's working and add to it and make it even better. You know, like. And deflationary tokens on top of deflationary tokens. But we've never seen this. Nowhere in crypto we see this. This is man. I am loving where I'm at right now. The Titan X ecosystem is just unheard of.
Oh, we haven't even hit hyperdeflation yet on Titan X. So then we'll have hyperdeflationary things built on hyperdeflationary things on a hyperdeflationary thing. I mean, that's gonna get nuts. That's going to get nuts, dude. When Titan X becomes hyperdeflationary, because then you have a hyperdeflationary base that everything is priced in. Yeah. That's when things get insane. And we're very, very close to that mark. It's roughly... So day 369 is a catalyst for hyperdeflation. And then when you look at the last miners claiming, which is roughly, if you include for penalties, because roughly 3 trillion you see on future mintable is penalties. Because that's also like stakes from 200 days ago, etc. that were just never claimed, but they're still showing up in get total minting, the reading function on the smart contract. So it's roughly, it's less than 3% of the supply. So 97.x% of the supply is already in existence. This is it. The last shot people have, and then we enter hyperdeflation.
Like this week right here, zero. 500 million.
It's wild.
Million. Yeah, there's a lot of months. Yeah, there's a lot of months where it's just like 3-4 billion. That's it, coming out the whole month.
6 million.
Nothing there, guys. Nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
It's absolutely wild.
And you can hear the machines walking. They're getting closer. You can hear it. You can hear the screeching in the air. You can hear it. You can feel the heat's coming closer. They're on their way. Telling you, man. Think about it. It's eerie. Is it eerie feeling? It's all gone. Yes.
Yes.
The conference soon. I don't think people realize how important that first conference is. You only get one shot at this, and if Titan X is going to do what we think it's going to do in the upcoming years, you will regret it if you were not part of this first moment in history. I've seen it before in other communities where everybody wanted to be part of that one thing because it's so big in the future. So if you get
Well,
the
it's
chance,
perfect storm, right? It's
yeah,
perfect storm. If you go back into Hexagon days, if
Mhm.
COVID hadn't happened, Hex would never run because everyone was locked inside. Everyone was sitting trying to figure out how to use a webcam, try to talk to other people, trying to build communities and connections. And that was one of the biggest catalysts that brought everyone together. Speaking of, I'm going to be hopping on with graphics here in 30 minutes. So I'm going to grab some food real quick and nom on that. And if you guys want to come raid and join us, we'd love to have you. So,
Awesome, man.
Yep.
so
Awesome.
I'll take
Thanks
care
for coming
and
on.
we'll see you
Yeah,
on the
man.
flip.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
send
that-
me
that
the
on
StreamYard.
top of the helicopter
Yes,
money.
sir.
Jake,
bud.
later on, just double check your TG. I sent you something earlier. Yeah. Whenever, no rush.
Everybody's sending me everything.
Yeah.
1 second.
You're in the streamers chat now, though, right? Jake?
Yeah, I am. I feel included. Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
that chat is an amazing idea. I
It's
love
cool,
it.
man. Yeah, man. It's dope. It's fun too, you know. And then people collaborate and see where they're gonna go on, and it's pretty cool, man.
This was an unplanned stream that we've got 7 people on right now. Like there's
Right.
no other way we would have coordinated that any other way.
Correct.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the things I always do is when I'm typing in live stream chats, I just feel lazy. So I just ask people to send me the link so I can hop on. Because you're
Yeah.
spending time anyway on the live stream. Might as well be on the screen, sharing it out to your stream sources like Twitter, YouTube,
Yeah.
free marketing. Because you're spending the
Yeah.
time anyway. You might as well just get the most out of it.
Yeah, we've got over 1,000 views across everybody's streaming. Like that's
Nice.
I don't think I would be able to do that on my own. But everybody else that's joining and they're sharing and it's catching more and more eyes. And I think that's a brilliant thing to be doing. Yeah.
Man, it's
We're all
so
enjoying
genius
the-
because one of the cool things about the guest streaming on StreamYard is every time I'm on Twitter and there's a stream happening, I know of it because I see it like 4 times at the side of my Twitter. I'm like, that's genius. I love that because you have so many
Yeah.
stream sources going, and all of them
Yeah.
if you follow them, they show up on the right side of Twitter.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Dean there.
Yeah,
Yes,
the premium is where it's at, man. Guys, there's no. Let's take a pause real quick, right? There's not I'm not getting paid by Mike for this. There's no way in the hell you're in Titan X and you're making big moves and doing anything in this ecosystem and you don't have Titan X Hub Premium. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. Like it makes every decision that you ever think of 10 times easier. I'm telling you that right now. Everything you could think of in data, it's right there, super clear, super precise. It's right there. Like,
But you gotta
Yeah,
be a data nerd.
you're trading blindfolded. Otherwise, I feel like I didn't know I was blind, but then I go to premium and I'm like, oh my god, I can see now.
You have like 30 tabs open, trying to like figure out everything. This is LP, this is happening. And let me go back to this other one. You click one thing, you're like, hallelujah. Like, it's fresh breath there. It's cool, man.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
cool.
appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. It's
It's dope, man. It's good. It's good stuff.
I mean, that's how I felt in the beginning when Titan X launched. I was like, oh god, it's like it was such a pain because it's like I felt like I was flying blind, and it was such a pain. And
then you were the one that did the Dune thing, right? The Dune
I mean that's essentially how I got known in some ways, right? Yeah, dude, that was some of the days, man. I've seen some people reposting some of the older videos I did early on. I was damn, man. I was like, those were good videos, man. I couldn't imagine like how good they were.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's tons of gold. You go back in time. Real quick to answer this. Yeah, we definitely intend on including these future projects. Alien X. There was a question about Ouroboros and Pulsar. Absolutely, I love to add all of them. The thing with these LP webs, the more the merrier. Obviously we don't want to just pair with just anything, but Element 280 is bullish on the entire Titan X ecosystem. So it's the bonded liquidity pairs. within the Titanx ecosystem is just fire. It's fire, and we're excited to have every single one of those. So yes, short answer, yes.
I think Ouroboros is about to hit 3 trillion. I think it is.
Yeah, I haven't looked.
But insane.
I'm excited for that, man. Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I wish the loaning was out first, because I would have went shopping spree with every protocol out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dying for that loan and borrow. Like, just man, I can't wait.
It's coming sooner than later. It's coming. It's gonna set everything.
So, yeah, it's on testnet now, so people are playing around with it. You can also see the individual collateral ratio. So every asset has a different collateral ratio, etc. Like, for example, Hyper on the testnet went into recovery mode, didn't impact anything else. All the other vaults were good. So every collateral is basically, you can kind of look at it if you know Liquidity and how that works, because that's like the most well-known decentralized lending platform. It's like individual liquidities for each collateral.
Mm-hmm.
So I think on the testnet you have Titanx, Hyper Hydra, Inferno, Vol. I think there's a couple. DragonX, obviously DragonX, and then there's one more. There's 8 you can play around on the testnet. Maybe
So
modular. Maybe.
So it's more.
Yeah, it's modular.
So it's safer. So not one thing can destroy the whole thing because it's isolated. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice. I love that. Yeah, because otherwise you can have like a low liquidity assets won't get added, but you could have like a liquidity that is small compared to everything. So a well could play around with that one liquidity pool and liquidate all the other vaults. It doesn't happen like that. It will just liquidate whoever needs to be liquidated because they're under collateralized in that specific asset. The UI looks good. I'm surprised, man. I was expecting it to cap out faster. I think people are kind of held back because the loaning platform is not out yet. So it's roughly 2-3-ish weeks away. I think then the realization is going to sit in, because ONX is 100% buy and burn. That's just sitting there. It's waiting for supply to come up.
How much?
People are underestimating.
It's I think there's some apprehension because the dev Super Shadowy is not very well known in the community, but this guy knows what he's doing. This is not a beginner. He's been in the crypto game for a long time. He knows what he's doing. What he is building is very complex, and he's got the confidence. I see it when we talk to him in DMs or in these private chats. Like, he knows what he's talking about. And I am so looking forward to what's coming with, and it's not just the borrowing lending. Like, there's several other, like, it doesn't stop there. It's going to keep going. The protocol is going to be
builders
huge.
don't stop building. Exactly.
Yeah. Oof.
That, man, there's so many things that are being slept on in the ecosystem. Because what I notice is that every time something new launches, and obviously now we're in the launch phase because everybody's trying to get out just before hyperdeflation hits.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, I see this trend where people go out of one thing to get into the next thing. Like Volt brought in a bunch of new users, so that happened a little bit on Volt, but not really. But then there's so many sleepers in the ecosystem, and that's what I'm diverting my attention. Because you want to be where nobody else is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that Ali
Exactly
just hops on because I think Inferno is one of them. One of them sleepers.
Inferno is definitely a sleeper. The supply is getting munched and burnt away as we speak.
A lot.
Yes, the second highest allocation. Dragon X was 12%, Inferno was 10%. So Element 280 is definitely bullish on Inferno.
Element 280 is the friggin' king in town. The burning king.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah. We need to.
Yeah, I'm just
come back
dipping
and
my
check.
toes in it right now, but it's fascinating.
Yeah, we were saying earlier we hit 1,000 NFT burns. 1,000. Look at that.
Just for 1 week, like or 8-9 days.
Yeah. 23 with 3.4% burned. Incredible, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hadn't actually checked it. I hadn't checked the stats. I minted day one, but there's no way I'm burning mine. I'm holding on to my puppies, and there's no way I'm burning them. There's already been 1,000 burnt.
Yeah. Yes.
No
Yeah.
way.
And looking at Inferno, we've got so far 15 billion Inferno burnt.
Hey, but there's a lot of Inferno burning happening in the background. So there's now a buy and burn V2 contract on Inferno that's getting filled through AlienX. You have AlienX built on Inferno now. Flux is burning constantly. Like, so Inferno is only a roughly $5 million protocol. It's one of the core coins. But Flux alone has burned $300,000 of that in the last 22 days.
That's crazy.
That's a lot on a $5 million protocol.
Yeah, and then GoatX is in. So GoatX is going to use, it's going to use up a lot of that supply too. But it's developed already. I mean, it's it's weeks away from launching as well, and that's another burn on that $5 million market cap coin. It's a nice little day today. Kind of a little bit of a pullback. Everybody can catch their breath and have a look around. Look for a few deals. Yeah, it's nice. You don't want to stop going up. Give me a chance to breathe here.
And we can talk about families, pay attention to our kids for a little bit before we
Right.
finding. Talk to your wives real quick. Say hello.
Yeah, 100%.
Who's this guy that keeps cutting my meat? Who's
Ali, I love your background, bro. Look at that, man. Look at that. Over time, right? All these things coming out. It's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful to see? Right?
Yeah, they're all in there. In fact, I'm sorry, but that's Baby Dragon X is in there.
I love it.
We've got them all. It's kind of crazy just how quickly the community latches on to what we've created. Like, look at the many memes we've got behind me. 3 months ago, there wasn't even a meme coin. All right, okay, sorry, there was a few meme coins, but just how quickly that meme-fi became a thing. Once Inferno launched, and the ideas, the creativity, obviously there was a copy paste, but the creativity in the community is absolutely insane, and the quality of all the artwork and the memes, they're all cool as fuck,
What's that right one? The green, is that Black Panther?
Oh, I don't know if it should be. The rule number 1 about that one is never talk about it.
God damn it! Now you say A. Now you need to say B. Come on.
No, that's it. No, rule number 1 of Titan Bitcoin is never talk about Titan Bitcoin.
Okay, I got it.
So, yeah, that's a community takeover coin, and that's Sorry, we never talk about that one.
Interesting. That's why he's a ninja behind the scenes, just chilling. That's because what you guys did, right? Was you took how how Jake did his version of things. You guys did your own version, and then you took you took regular memes, but made them better. It's like meme 2.0, right? You made them with utility. You made them with purpose, and they all still help Titan. That's what's cool. Dude made NFTs, right? Instead of regular pictures, he made it with purpose. It has utility behind it. It still helps Titan X, right? It's freaking cool, man. Like, you guys are taking the basics and upgrading them next level. They have utility. They're doing something, Dope, bro.
It's insane to see. Okay, so obviously Volt come in with an absolute, I don't even know what way to describe it. It just exploded on the scene with the new auction patterns, another new distribution method that works. Okay, we've got Dude has launched Element 280 with the way NFTs work. People already coming to accelerate with ideas, combining all this shit, and you're going, what the hell? Just today, I spoke to 2 different people with 2 different NFT projects that don't even know each other, and both of them are like, what the fuck is this? So obviously over time, we'll talk to these people. We'll kind of help them tweak their ideas and get it done. I'm sure one of them will launch, probably both of them. But it's just seeing, and it comes from, what happened at the very start, Jake, and you spoke in detail about this the other day, picking all these things from all these awesome protocols, getting rid of all the crap, taking all the best parts. And now people are, coming up, they're seeing what's working best. within the ecosystem, and they're trying to, pull this bit together. Right, that's working really well there. We'll take that and we'll bolt that. So even just between Volt and E280, the new ideas that people are coming to us with already are insane, and it's exciting.
I mean, Steve himself is doing Volt Gold on E280. That was a question I was going to bring up. What do you guys think? Volt is just on a tear, and the Volt wheel is coming very soon. Like what E280 Volt itself, like what is going to happen in the near future?
Oh, it's going to explode. Great. Like, and remember what we said earlier, right? Like, if you own an NFT now, you only have a few days, right? And you want to play with something like gold, but you don't want to sell other tokens to get it, right? Make your NFTs, save the rewards, so when gold comes out, you could use those element rewards you got and go play there. You play for free on House Bunny, right? Without hurting your current element bags, right? You're just transferring the power to another thing to actually help your original bag. It's phenomenal, man. You could just do that, Great.
I love it. That's an awesome strategy.
Yeah.
You know how crazy our community is?
That's what I'm doing.
Because, like, the crazy thing about our community is we had the most insane, revolutionary, innovative farming protocol launched in the entire world of DeFi. And now it's like, oh yeah, yeah, we're not talking about it.
It's so dope, bro. It's so dope.
Titan Farms is fucking incredible. I love Titan Farms.
It is, and it's exactly what Marco was saying there. Titan Farms, once it came out, it's like, okay, take your bags, throw them in, and then you've got money to play around and all this other stuff.
It's so good.
Yeah,
that's how I'm using it. Yeah, I use my thing for like new plays and shit.
Now wait till you get Ouroboros, and you don't have to risk any of those things, right? Like you could just take those things, park them, right? Get whatever, borrow whatever you want, go play, let the value of whatever's in go up. You can always repay it back, get it out, and you're still winning. Like, because buying burns is happening. It's helping your bags that's sitting dormant and borrow. Think about that, right? How incredible is that? Like, it's so dope, man. It's so dope. I love this ecosystem.
Titan Farms is really, really great. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the thing is, like, I had to play with it a little bit because I had to do the portfolio, like on the portfolio tracker, and it's very well done, man. It's very well done. And and if you're farming, you better use a Titanic sub portfolio tracker.
Absolutely.
It took me so long to get this thing working, man. I think it looks pretty good.
Well, we thank you for it.
Yes, absolutely.
No worries. Because every time, like, I'm going on Twitter, I'm just like, I want to shout to people. It's like, hey, man, this is good. Use it.
But this is, I think this is important because Titan Hub portfolio, I use it in a way because I'm never close to my crypto stuff. Like, I'm on a streaming laptop now, so I use Titan Hub to check kind of everything's going on in the farms, etc. on just a random laptop that is not my crypto laptop. So it's super security. Like, it helps you a lot with security because you never need to touch your crypto to look at your crypto because you can just go to the portfolio page and it's free. It's fucking incredible. It helps a ton with security. No risk.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's one of the things is, like, for me, like, all the stuff I try to do is, like, the ideals I follow. Number one is privacy, right? So that's like the thing which I'm trying my best to, like, to fulfill. So that's why this thing is, like, privacy friendly. You can just paste in your address there, and you can even have whatever 10 addresses. Like, it will show everything essentially.
You know what I do, right? I use it to track certain wallets that I like to see what they're doing, and I see it, and I see the patterns. Oh, they're about to end the mint. Let me see what they do this week with it. Like, I use it for that too. Just being honest, it helps.
And treasuries. You can follow the Dragon X, the HLX treasuries. You can see exactly what they're getting. It's beautiful.
That's dope.
One of the plans I have is actually, I mean, this is a plan which I'm still working on. Time is the limiting factor. So the idea is to actually have for every token an individual page, and I could have been showing the treasury for, let's say, Helios or something. It could have been going to that individual page, So that's one of the things I'm working on. But
Nope.
yeah, man, it's like a lot of things I'm working on. So some few things need to be put a little bit on the side because other things have priority. But
yeah, I don't actually think that's important, because as long as people can go to the Helios website, they can see it. So I
fair
think
enough.
there's more important things to focus on.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's why it's like that one is like something I would like to have, but not now.
You know what's more important?
Win
Go
mix.
ahead.
Win.
I know. I'm working on that, man. It's coming together. I mean, that's why it's like I'm just saying this thing is like I cannot work on that because Matrix is in the making.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
Mimic.
see the chats because I'm in the developer chat. So yes, the dev is cooking.
Yeah, man. Yes. Oh, Mackenzie, shout out to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mackenzie's great. I love Mackenzie.
Wow.
So normally within physics, self-perpetuation or over unity is not possible. At least that's what they teach us in physics. But observing the Titan X ecosystem, it's like, I think physics may be wrong, man. We pretty much look like we have over unity here. Golly.
Sorry, Morpheus, have you announced a launch date yet?
Yes, we do, but it's not public and it's not going to be public
Okay.
either. So
Yeah, no, I just wondering. I was hoping I hadn't missed anything. So yeah.
no, I haven't missed anything.
Are you going to make it
Just be
public?
ready.
Are you going to make it public? The launch date?
If we do, it's going to be really, really short notice.
Why?
What's,
Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah.
We have our reasons to do so, because everybody tries to play the system or try to snipe or whatever. And in the beginning, we weren't really sure how everything was going to play out and how we're going to do everything exactly. So we said, you know what? Why not do it as stealthy as possible? This way, you will negate a lot of things that everybody is worried about, or at least you hope to. That was more or less
Actually,
the thought process behind it. But in
I wanna-
hindsight,
yeah,
now,
I would actually release it way ahead of time, because even sniper bots, they don't care about your launch date. They just look in the blocks and see if a liquidity pool is formed, and that's it.
right.
So like stealth launching doesn't actually do anything. Does zero.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
get sniped anyway.
one of the big things that I've noticed there, on I'm trying to think back. Jeez, man, there's so much happening. Even for me, I can't even think straight. I'm trying to think. Was it fucking Alien X or was it Awesome X? Anyway, point I'll make is launches. The community at the minute, the people that are here at the minute are not being foolish anymore. Nobody is aping these coins at launch. Nobody's aping them.
No.
The bots get wrecked. I honestly can't even remember whether it was Alien X or Awesome X, but the bots actually lost money. The bots get wrecked. They ended up banned and they sold straight away because nobody came in behind them and bought. Literally 3 people market bought the coin, and the bots were gone within like an hour, and everybody could start. Everybody could just start because the community have learned not. Everybody's been burnt far too many times that nobody's market banned. Plus, many of the things get launched where there's no real need to rush to buy on the market. You go in day one, you mint your tokens, you take a bit of time, you buy. You want to buy on the market, you buy day 2, you buy day 3. No real panic. So that's something that's just I don't see much point unless there's another sort of reason for a stealth launch. Again. We'll call a spade a spade. A lot of the community are pretty against stealth launches. They can be classed not fair. I'm not saying that it's not fair in any way. If nobody's taking an advantage, because people can launch a coin, and if you launch it and don't buy it yourself, you're not really taking advantage of that. But yeah, my experience lately, stealth launches are not, unless there's other reasons for it, the community won't get wrecked. Pulsar were talking about doing a stealth launch because of bots and all this. But like I say, the community are the people that are here at the minute are smart enough to not ape in.
Right.
Okay, one thing
that's
I want to
true.
clear up for Pulsar, for example, is I understand why they did a stealth launch, because they wanted to make sure the validators actually. So this is technical. I'll try to explain it as simple as possible. But the way Pulsar works is it needs to bridge the tokens to the other side through OmniBridge. So OmniBridge is controlled by validators. So once you do an OmniBridge transaction to bridge to another chain, that needs to get picked up by the validators. If it doesn't happen, the coins disappear. So it didn't get picked up by the validator. It worked on the testnet, but it didn't get picked up by the validator on the actual mainnet because nobody actually directly interacted with the OmniBridge before. Everybody uses the UI. Nobody interacted with the contracts before. So the validators didn't know to pick up the transactions. So that's what happened. So then they talked to the validators. Then they did Pulsar V2. So the transactions actually got picked up. People could transfer their V1 tokens to V2 without any cost whatsoever. You say you get whatever you created. And that was solved. But that's something that they could have not prevented with developing, except for testing on mainnet, because it only happened on mainnet, not on testnet. Testnet, everything was fine.
And just on that as well, Morpheus, I'm not in any way telling you, trying to
Oh
tell
no,
you.
no. I actually appreciate it a lot. That's what we really attracted the whole wanting to build on Titan X is because everybody just gives their honest opinion and everybody listens to everybody's opinion, so we can actually work on top of it and don't make mistakes that somebody else already made for you. Why would it? So no, we actually.
I would announce it because it's a very cool date.
Yeah. Like I would not only that, but maybe speak to Steve. Steve just did Volt, and it had a successful launch. Not trying to stealth, and the bots still got destroyed, and people were still happy and participated. So speak to him, and he started with what I think it was like 5,000 only in LP, and look at where it is now. So yeah.
Big thanks to that is Titan Farms. We'll have to give Titan Farms credit where it's due. They killed it.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing about the Volt model with growing liquidity through the auctions and starting off small, it was 5 million liquidity before the farms. And then it became 10, 12, 14 after farms. 5 million before farms? God damn.
Good, man.
Yeah.
And fast, too. Days, bro. Days. Yeah. Incredible, man.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to have him use E280 as one of the pillars.
I know we've got Inferno in there as one of the pillars. We've got Awesome X in there as one of the pillars. Come on, baby! I actually forget what I was going to say there. You threw me off my train of thought.
Ali, I agree with you 100%. And Jake, you've said it in the past too. Is like when these launches come, I mean, your best approach is to let the dust settle a little bit. I mean, seriously, because it can be a disaster. It's a little more, it's wiser, to go into the party kind of knowing what's going on before you just, strut on in thinking you're going to take center stage. They got a whole nother world coming you.
The whole Blaze team got wrecked trying to market buy our own launch. All of us. We're all sitting on a Zoom call, everybody ready for the launch, everybody trying to market buy. Every single one of us lost money market buying our own coins, right? Because we wouldn't sell, because we couldn't sell our own coin. So we're like, fuck. You were just to mention about the farms. Yeah, Titan Farms was a godsend for Inferno as well. Inferno was with about 150k liquidity. Within a week of Titan Farms launching, there's 1 million liquidity, or a million in liquidity, which is makes an insane difference to just to the performance of the coin. What's possible?
Everything. It did everything. The whole ecosystem, like. It was like a relief of fresh air for the whole ecosystem, right? Because everybody's like, "Oh, liquidity." That was always the stupidest fodder thing going around, and then boom, overnight, like instantly, everything started getting filled up, and everybody started to be able to play. And then whales and sharks and dolphins started to, swim around us and play around us because now they're more comfortable. It was a brilliant move. Farms is incredible timing, man. Incredible.
I must actually take a quick look because the Awesome X launched, and I think it was sitting at about 150k liquidity, and there was 350k daily volume. So it was an LP's wet dream, an LP provider's wet dream. But somebody mentioned it on Twitter, and I think I looked back the next day, and there was over 100k had been added to the liquidity pool already, and that's even without farms. It's just the community. You're all too fucking smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I was super excited to like say that Element 280 was buying and burning AwesomeX before AwesomeX was doing it.
Look at that. Dope. Dude, that should be, you should tweet that. That's a tweet, bro.
That's bullish, man.
Bullish, bro. That's beautiful marketing right there, right? Like, you got to tweet that, man. Somebody clip that and just post it.
Yeah, yeah. There's only so much time in the day, you know.
I know. No excuse. No rest to 2026. Bro. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel it every day. Like I hardly get sleep, and I'm not complaining. Like I live my life on this damn laptop.
It's a beautiful feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Nicotina anime in a laptop. That's all you need.
It's exciting waking up every morning and going to Deck Screener and saying, "Where's the good deal today?" You know, it's like there's so much activity and so many opportunities. It's fabulous. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, quoting Jake, you know, like just where everyone, you know, everyone's looking over here. See what's going on this side. What's going on over here?
It's amazing.
What's red this week it may end up being green next month. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, exactly.
The perfect example, Dragon X. Everybody was like, oh yeah, whatever. This has a 369 payout, whatever. Nobody really gives a fuck. Wham! 100 X. You know, everybody's like, what the fuck?
Pulling the gate. It's like, let me in. That was everybody. Let me in. Let me in. Like,
yeah, that was the ultimate FUD when it was below 1-to-1. People were like, this is a failed launch, failed token. Everybody sell and go home. Yeah,
it's so funny, man. Eric like blocking, booting everybody out of TGs. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. Get out of here. I was like, Eric.
He was saying the market's irrational. The market, that's what he kept saying.
You don't know what you're talking about. This is genius. Yeah. That's so funny. Eric was blocking everyone, man. I started laughing, man. But he was right. He was right.
Quick answer on this. I'm going to say pricing varies wildly depending on what you're trying to do and complexity. I would recommend just DMing Ali or Josh and get a more. Go ahead.
Just a quick one on that. So, I mean, the first thing anybody comes, you know, a white paper is kind of what we need. You know, people email through, you know, bullet points, you know, or a paragraph. What we really need for anybody looking to build something is a white paper with the full details of what you're planning to build, and then we can kind of have a discussion, and then from there you can tell how long it's going to take to build and the sort of price ballpark figure for it. And then that's your starting points. It's easy to go from there. If you don't mind, can you share the awesome? I want to share this with the community, the awesomex.win page. I just want to show what we've got for the community. Anybody wanting, we've got built into AwesomeX, there's 2 percentages, there's 3% pools, a 3% pool and a 3.5% pool that comes in and gets put away. If you click in there and click on the stats page, if you scroll down, there's you see the AwesomeX Launchpad balance and the AwesomeX Treasury balance. These are funds to build on AwesomeX, to build brand new projects. So that Launchpad balance, there's 60K sitting there at the minute for any community members to apply to build their own project, and that will fund it. You will become the founder. You will get the Genesis allocation. We can help you build the project that benefits the AwesomeX little ecosystem, and that's what that's there for. So anybody can apply to this to become a founder within the Titan X ecosystem. You'll get to work with Dave, me, Bad Sports, and Scotty to bring your vision to life. If you go to the top of the page there, dude, if you don't mind, and click the Launchpad, that'll bring you through to the little application page. Bang, nice and simple. Your Twitter handle, your email, and if you can, you know, if you have a Google link or you create your white paper in a GitHub, you can just literally paste the details in there, click submit. And we've probably got about 3 or 4 applications in already, and we want to get one moving here quickly. So we've got 4 days and 14 hours for anybody that wants to build to get their submissions in. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with everybody, just to let you know that that's out there. That if you have an idea for a project, you don't know where to start, you can work with us and be funded to become a founder in the Titan X ecosystem and be up here streaming with all us crazy motherfuckers.
It's just chilling. I love these streams. Like, this is not work at all. Like this, I love chopping it up with all you guys. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. And it gets the brain thinking, you know. Just one person says one thing, you're like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. You know, like I love it, man. It's good.
Yeah. Everybody has a different way to describing things, and it can resonate with somebody completely different that somebody else could never reach. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
Another
point.
crazy thing is, where the fuck anywhere else in crypto can you find this?
Yep.
A bunch of builders on stream talking to each other. Fuck builders, just a stream of people talking.
Each other.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it, right? And they all, no matter what they build, does one thing: buys and burns Titan X. Beautiful.
Bingo.
You know? Yeah, this is incredible, man. Like, because I see everything from a user perspective. I feel so fucking comfortable. Even engaging with other people's project, I'm almost in everything.
You are.
Yeah, I'm in everything. Even yeah, exactly.
You are 100%. That's not my intention, but
it's like I'm in everything. Hello.
That's it's a beautiful thing, though.
It is a really nice feeling at the minute, because you just throwing a little bit of money into each thing. You can kind of sit back. Okay, only because we're in a position where we've probably made some extra money now that we've got a little bit to play with. You know, the ecosystem's evolved well. We've been here from the start, but just being able to participate in the auction, buy your NFTs, throw money into Ouroboros, and not even think about it. Just let it just leave them all there to do what they're going to do. Beautiful.
Exactly.
100%. And all these protocols, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to build a position in this because they're all good.
You're good.
It's not like a donation. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is good. Of course, I'll participate. Like Element 280, I remember because I was on the stream. I was like, okay, fuck the stream for a second. I'm gonna go mint my NFTs.
You're like, I
wanted to get in.
I gotta make some NFTs. I remember that. Funny. It's so funny.
I mean, yeah, I feel you and I understand. Like I have NFTs as well. Like I wouldn't launch a protocol if I wasn't, if I didn't think it was going to do well, like I'm building this partially to solve my own issues. Element 280 was like all these projects coming out, and my head's down building. I can't keep up with everybody else's projects, and I'm like, I'm going to build a project so that I don't have to keep up with everybody else's project.
That's freaking beautiful. you thought about that and you absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
I think it was Dave from Crypto Awesome that was saying that, build a protocol that you would like to participate in, and it'll do well. And man, it's so true, and Element 280 solves so many issues. I mean, just everything. It supports the whole ecosystem. It's easy for everybody to get into. The value's there. Like, it checks all the boxes, man. I love E280. How you doing, Ali Kane? What's this? Twice in one day?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like the good old days, eh?
Oh man, I tell you what. Hey, did you get one of those NFTs for Colin? Colin was born on this journey. You better get him one of those when he turns 18. It might be worth a lot of money.
Yep, absolutely.
I'll give you guys a little teaser. Mike Dean just sent me the UI for Matrix. He's probably not going to show it, but it looks clean as fuck. I like it.
All right. So is it cleaner than Element 280? Because I think it's clean as fuck.
I mean, it's definitely less busy.
I'm setting the standard right here with this UI. So bring it on, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it fits the Matrix theme perfect. I love it.
Okay, nice.
None of you know what I'm talking about. I'm looking at the UI, so just imagine.
Come on, Mike.
It's the first version, so it's like there's some few tweaks it needs to make, but this is like the first version. But anyway, I'm glad I got the feedback I needed.
I like it.
I'll give you some feedback. Go ahead and share it with me too.
Yeah.
Go ahead and share it with all of us, and we'll give you all kinds of good feedback. How's that sound, buddy?
Too many cooks. You know what's that saying again? It's like too many cooks, and then the dish comes out not as good or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right.
Now, man, it's
We're just trying to help, Mike. That's all.
I understand.
Have you talked about? Have
Go
you
ahead.
publicly talked about what Matrix is?
No, not yet. Like, I think I need. There's some few things I want to be really clear about, so that it's like I don't want to come out and then be like, oh no, but I have to change this, but I have to change this, and then it's a lot of confusion for people. I think I'd rather wait and just so that it's just all clear, and then there's no accidental changes.
What is next? What is next to launch? Is there anything actually got a date? What's next to come?
Lotus. I think on the 26th.
Yes, Lotus.
Shit, that's right.
It'll be a
Yeah.
feast.
He's like, shit, that's right there. That's the issue we have. There's always something launching now.
Yeah, I believe.
So funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, tomorrow night on the Weekly Blaze, we have Callum's coming on to talk about Phoenix, and James is going to be on talking about Scale. So, action-packed show tomorrow night on the Weekly Blaze too.
Man, and then you have Steve with his fucking he's everything.
Shotgun, he just bam, it just shoots everything.
Right. So obviously we were working with Steve. Steve is part of the Blaze team.
Yeah.
And we'd be literally like fucking trying to come up with ideas, even at the time, for Blaze or this or that. And we'd be talking about a project, and Steve would have about 6 ones built on top of it before we even finished talking about the first one.
He would start different topics for all these protocols that he would like in the Telegram chat, the Blaze chat, like he would be like, oh, we could build this. And then he'd start a topic and start writing a bunch of shit in this topic about a protocol. And next thing you know, there's like 10 or 15 topics of all these fucking tokens. And I'd be like, what the hell is going on in here? Like, I left for like 6-7 hours, and what is all this? You know,
and he already has the domain names for them.
Yeah, and then Allie would come in and be like, "What's going on?" I was like, "They're doing it again, bro. They're doing it again. Even Bass Sports, they're doing it again."
Yeah, we need to catch up with what we're actually doing here first. But yeah,
he's great.
These pillars are going to be the fact that it kind of, I don't know, just pulling everybody together again. The fact we're all going to have this similar protocol launched on top of everything. And I think that the little toggle that he has on the DApp that just takes you to all the different versions in one click is kind of cool. Like,
yeah, it's a very smart way to do it. Because imagine keeping track of all these sites. Because now you can just go to vault.win and toggle.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Here, look, it's getting pretty late here, guys. I was already doing a Pulse Wars stream for an hour and a half there, so I'm going to call it a night here. Nice to see you all, and I'm sure. Yeah, tune into the Weekly Blaze tomorrow.
You want to do a quick plug on Pulse Wars?
Not really. I've just been talking. Well, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, Pulse Wars.
It's launching when?
Yeah,
when is it?
Launched, actually, no, I've been built. So it's got me. In fairness, it's got me to where I am at the minute. You know, I started building on Pulse Chain. I wanted to add value to the Pulse Chain community, just like I do to the Titan X community. I started building this game over a year ago. It's cost me heartache, pain, money, torture just to get this thing built. You know, we're here, and it's, you know, we're having a great time here, but you know, building over on Pulse Chain has been a really, really tough ride just to get the thing finished and launched. There was no point in launching a project when the chain was dead, but it's kind of like gone on that long. There's no point in holding it off any longer. It's been developed, it's been built. It's an awesome. And there's obviously there's X Wars is coming to Titan X as well. It's already in development. I never talk about it, but it's it's another fantasy league game with and it has all the Titan X coins in it. You know, we've got. I don't want to get into too much detail about it, but there's an awesome version coming for the Titan X community as well. But Pulse Wars is a fantasy league type crypto trading game that's launching over on Pulse Chain on the 1st of November. Pulsewars.io is the website. All the details are there. I stream every Monday night talking about it. I put my dues in for the Pulse Chain community. I've streamed every single Monday night talking about Pulse Chain and Pulse Wars. You know, we're on here, and sometimes we get thousands and thousands of people tuning in to watch what we talk about here. I was sitting over there with weeks. There was only 13 people tuning in to watch me talk about Pulse Chain. But it turned up every single week and stuck through it. And tonight I think we had almost 200 people showed up for the stream tonight. So, the hard work will pay off over there as well. But yeah, Pulse Wars, it's an NFT trading game on Pulse Chain, pulsewars.io. Thanks for letting me talk about that. I never bring it up on TitanX community streams.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it is coming to Titan. So you can look at it that way. Like, yeah, we'll see it in TitanX very soon.
I'll say this as well. So one of the things that was difficult on Pulse Chain, so you had to find coins that were really good quality with big thick liquidity. So it was really difficult to select coins for the Pulse Chain community. But in this game, in the TitanX game, all the coins that there's a list of 32 coins in the game. 18 of them are TitanX coins. All the ones that we all know, love, and recognize. You'll be able to build your in-game portfolios. But we've learned, talking about learning from other people. It's not going to be the same as Pulse Wars. There's going to be a much more, there's going to be coin burning. There's going to be protocol features. A lot of stuff that we've learned from things that people have already done in the ecosystem here that's working. So there's so many crazy tweaks on what we've built on Pulse Chain within the TitanX community. It's just because it's all there, it's all capable, and the community is thriving for it. So yeah, no, cheers for letting me mention that today.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, good night, everyone.
See ya.
Good night, brother.
See you, Allie.
I'm gonna take a break as well. It's been a couple hours already, but I had
feels like 15 minutes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when I look at the clock, already 3 hours. Damn, didn't feel like 3 hours, but yeah.
That's thanks for coming by.
Sorry.
Thanks for coming by.
Enjoyed the show. For having me, man.
And maybe we converted another E280 NFT holder. I think the wheels are turning for him.
He's in.
It's gonna be one of the few NFTs I actually own. I was never a fan of NFTs and probably never will be. But yeah, when it has utility the way it does, then it represents something completely different. So it no longer is an NFT, pretty much.
Yeah. You could always burn it.
Yeah, exactly. No, man, I understand the what's ID, so. No, man, last man standing.
But anyway, Mike, completely off topic, but it's so funny because remember everybody was like, "Why is Shogun still on TitanX Hub for so long?" And nobody talked about it, like it was a name that wasn't used. The moment I talk about Shogun, they're like, "Ah, fuck you, get off." So Shogun is not even on TitanX Hub anymore.
Oh, that's funny.
Which I understand.
Yeah,
the timing.
That's awesome.
I was wondering the same thing myself.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Later.
See you facing reality. Yeah.
Do you have Utah? You got some alpha you want to leak? I think maybe.
Oh, all right. Now I'm getting the nudge. Yeah. So, well, I wasn't planning on building anything, and I didn't want to build. But when E280 came out, I was like, this is bullish. I like this. And the more I dug into it, the more I fell in love with it. And so I had an idea and I reached out to Dude and I said, I think this would go well with what you're doing. And here's my idea. And Dude liked the idea. And so we're going to move forward with it. And that's about all I can say right now. There's no white paper yet. Still working on some tokenomics. Plays right into it just fits right in with E280 and what he's doing and the exposure to multiple protocols. And also Diamond Hands will love it. And yeah, I think that's about all I can say. You can say whatever you want, dude, about it.
I mean, I'll add that it's another easy button. It's another easy button for these users in a specific sector within TitanX. There's another easy button coming soon. So awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
and it will benefit several protocols, and it will definitely benefit TitanX, of course. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Last I heard, you weren't too huge on a layer 1, right? You were leaning towards, if anything, a layer 2, Jake. I kind of agree with that.
100%. Because the main reason for a chain specific to Titan X is because then it's a force built on Titan X ethos, where no matter what anybody builds, it's kind of built on Titan X anyway. That's the beauty of it, because they're following the ethos by default. Because it would be the gas fee would be Titan X, or a protocol that represents, or a token that represents Titan X, and it's one-to-one creatable, for example. There's a bunch of ways to do it, where you can make it a native coin of the chain. But I definitely have some ideas. So we'll have to see how that evolves. But first, let's dominate the fuck out of Ethereum like we're doing now. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I know Erica is very interested as well in our own chain. You know, he came to me pretty early on, was like, we need to do this. And I was like, well, slow your roll, man. Slow your roll. But I like the idea for sure. You know, and just going omni-chain, then it's like, to me, that's even better. Like, why? Like, it's cool to have our own chain and have Titan X as gas, and you know, some level of tokenomics there that's burning Titan X. Fuck yeah, I'm in. But just, you know, putting Titan X or a version of it on all these other chains, I think there's way more benefit to that, and a lot easier. Yeah. So that's going to be massive. Like the amount of people that are interested in building on that, you know, on these other chains.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The way I build the portfolio is in such a way that I can add in any network. So let's hope that's gonna work, but it should be possible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna bounce off too. I got some things to tend to, but I wanted to at least thank you, dude, for the opportunity to join. Jake, it's always a pleasure. Mike, always. Utah and Marco. I guess I could leave it off as in Mike and I guess at some point probably Jake. Get ready for a white paper. It's coming.
Everyone's getting the fever.
It's no. This one's been brewing for a while, and I've been taking the approach of watching the magic unfold and just seeing how the developers have worked and how the ecosystem has grown. It instilled the confidence to move forward with this in a way that I never expected. But it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to letting you guys take a look at, and hopefully we can discuss. So
nice,
awesome.
I'll leave it on that.
Excited to see it, man.
Yeah, Utah. I'm gonna be bugging you big time here in the next couple of days. I need to get you in the lounge.
For sure, man. I'd love to do it.
So, and Marco, same to you. I think you'd be a great lounger.
Let's do it, man.
All right, cool. Jake, someday I'll get to you.
I am, man.
When you have time. So thanks, guys.
You should stream it. You should find a way to stream it on YouTube as well.
Actually, I'm streaming YouTube right now.
Nice.
I shared this out.
And the lounge, do you also do that on YouTube?
Yeah, I started doing that.
Perfect.
Actually, the first time I did it was with when Dude came on the lounge last week, and we knocked it out of the park. Wasn't that right?
Nice. Make sure you also stream so YouTube, Twitter, so I can share it out.
Okay.
Nice.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, have a good one.
Take care.
Take care, Ted.
Not to jinx it, Element 280 with the first to start to rebound from the dip. Good job, man. It's a machine. The machines love these days. I'm telling you, man, I love it. You know what's funny? Hey, Jake, have you noticed this, right? So you notice the first FUD all year was like, Titan X not gonna last more than 3 months. The buyer burn's not gonna last no more. Blah blah. This and that. You notice now everybody got to FUD it. Try to FUD Titan X at this stage just to get farm engagement. Now they have nothing to say. They can't say nothing. There's nothing to say. Nothing. What can you make fun of?
Oh yeah.
Protocol, and they're literally outpacing everything, right? Like, what is? Oh, we had a red day today. You know what's funny? We celebrate these days, right? We love these days, right? This is when the buy and burns gets to eat. The buy and burns are supposed to be dead 300 days ago. Now they're eating. They're alive. They're stronger than ever, right? They updated with new protocol, new software, and they're hungry. You know, it's beautiful, man. I love it. I love seeing these tweets. I just laugh. I'm like, guys, you have no idea what's happening. Like, we love these days, man. We love it.
Man, it's also like the dip now. It's so small. It's so ridiculously small. It's nothing.
That's it.
Like when you zoom out on the chart, I'm like, wow, is this what people are complaining about? This is a
man.
fucking average Tuesday in crypto. Like, have you never been in crypto? It used to be like 20% drops out of nowhere and then 50% up the next day, especially in bull markets. If you start selling dips in bull markets, you're gonna have a horrible bull market.
Yes, you are.
Just hold on. It's like riding.
When
It's
you have
like riding these mechanical bulls. You just have to hold on. That's all you need to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have machines on top of what you just said, right? That you got to deal with now, you know? It's crazy, man.
Oh, yeah. The cool thing about TitanX is because this is very similar to early Ethereum. So when TitanX dips, people have protocols that they want to get into. So they'll buy TitanX as a proxy to get into the protocol because the protocol is dipping. So now they're like, oh, I want to get this dip here. So we have 20, like roughly 17 spots of demand now.
Yeah.
When there's a dip, people are like, oh, hell yeah, I want to get this. And as a result of buying TitanX, and people want to buy the TitanX dip. And then the machines want as much supply as they can. So when the users sell, the machines are like, hell yeah, give it to me. Give me more. I need more.
Yep.
So it's good.
You have one side feeding the machines, while the other side, the machines are just eating what people just dropped on this side, right? So go ahead and do it. There's not enough TitanX to stop them. You can't. The math is math, right? So go ahead, do what you got to do, man. And I just, like I said, I love when they brag, man. I love when they brag. So good.
I remember when people, the Telegram chat, dude. I mean, I was there in the very beginning, right? I went through all the shit. I mean, you name it. I seen it all in there. I ran into about 5,000 buy and burn experts, okay? Everybody was a damn buy and burn expert. Holy shit. Stop the madness. It got so old, and everybody had these different calculations. Well, if we do it this way, this is going to run out this day and all these different calculations. And I'm just like, and now we don't even fucking talk about it. It doesn't even matter. Yep. You've got so many protocols out here burning TitanX. Now it's like, holy shit, we don't have enough TitanX. Just like Marco says. I mean, I've been here from the beginning. I'm still buying these retracements. If there's a retracement, I'm scooping. If I have powder and I'm like, shit, I need more powder. You know what I mean? But I'm still buying retracements. Like, this ain't the time to play around.
No.
I mean, where we're going
you
right
want to know
now.
105
an interesting stat about the buy and burn. So people are focusing on the V2. The V2 is only 3% of the daily volume. It's literally irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's 3% of the daily volume. The protocols burn 5 to 10x more per day when it comes to like the TitanX that they burn than the buy and burn. So the protocols have 5 to 10x. So you can basically 5 to 10x whatever the buy and burn used to do, and that's protocols now. It's only 3% of the volume. And for people that like seeing a buy and burn number, we have Hyper. Hyper has $6 million sitting there. We have the V1. That's $11-12 million sitting there. So like, my God, people are really grasping for straws now. Like, they're just like, give me something to talk about,
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No matter, and the thing is, like, the thing is, it's sad because we try so hard for so long. Like, just try to explain to how it works. Like, no, I put in ChatGPT. ChatGPT said by April the buy and burn is going to be empty. That's it. ChatGPT said it, Marco. I'm like, it doesn't work that way, guys. It's not just about simple, just math. It doesn't work that way. There's so much you're not understanding. Like, there's so much things that's happening that it just doesn't work that way. You can't just look at that number, put a calculator, and be like, oh yeah, it's going to be empty by tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. They don't understand.
100%.
And every time
it
goes up. Go ahead.
Yeah. The other thing is, people get too fixated on one thing and they lose part of the big picture. Like, you have literal meme coins that are $10 billion market caps. There's $0 buy and burn there. Like, that was literally just a backstop for the protocol. That's the only reason it existed, is to help supply flatten out, create bottoms, etc. But that meme coin has nothing. It's just marketing. Marketing, a good community demand, and a lot of people seeing it. And we have the formula to do that at scale. The streams, the marketing, the community engagement. when people see it, because like when you look at the main metric I look at for Titan X is a holder count, and that is it's looking like it's at the start of an exponential curve. It's curving up slowly, and you see an inkling to the side, like the start of an exponential curve. Because the more holders you get, the more people know about it. Because the more people talk about it, so that exponential curve is an effect of community marketing. That's the number one metric. It's holders. Everything else is irrelevant.
And it's growing, Jake. It's growing little by little. The holders, bro. I love it, man. It's so good. Like, wow. Like, you know,
yeah, and obviously all the disclaimers, not financial advice, could nuke to zero. This is all an experiment.
No financial advice, guys. You know, we're just fellas just talking about things we love, man. That's all it is, man. Don't do everything opposite what I just said if you want, right? Like, we just love what we do, man. It's just fun. Code is fun. Building on it, speculating on it, you know, like this is all experiment at the end of the day, right? Like, it's a beautiful.
You want to know the? Oh, this is the perfect example. If you just focus on the numbers, you lost on day 280.
Yes. Bam, mic drop. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
man, day 280 was so insane. World markets nuked, stock market nuked,
everything,
crypto nuked, the biggest inflation day ever on Titan X. Everything nuked. We were up 40%, and that was the start of Titan X. Against all odds, literally everything. Man, that was insane. How the fuck did it even happen? I don't know.
World War was about to happen. Everything that week. Everything. Bro, everything. Every Black Swan event you could think of. God bless, right? God bless. Everything was supposed to happen that week. And Titan X said, latest. It just woke up. The dragon finally woke up. It was like, roar, and the shit just fucking exploded. Everything followed it, right? Like every protocol right after Dragon X started going up, everything else started just following through. And then everybody just beyond bullish. Everybody wanted to get more. My God, man, what a journey, man. After day 280 was like the next evolution of Titan X. It was like the upgrade. That we all received that frequency, and we just all thought different that same day. It was beautiful, man. I mean,
yeah.
That was the craziest thing I ever been part of.
Yeah, I know you had friends that wanted to buy the dip because I know I had, and they were.
I was trying to buy that dip. I had friends that were trying to buy that dip. I actually exited a little bit of my position, which I never do those kinds of games. You know, I never play those kinds of games. But I was right at my computer, thank God, because it started running away from me, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I grabbed my position, you know, and I got a little bit of an edge, you know. But man, I know a lot of people that tried to play that game and they lost their position, and they waited for that retracement, and it never fucking happened, man. And after day 280, any kind of doubt or any fear or anything I had going on about Titan X, which I've been a believer anyway, but after that, it was gone. There was none. It's like, okay, foot on the gas. We're fucking going. I just seen enough. Nothing that right there. If that wasn't convincing for somebody, then I don't know what else to tell you.
Hey, really quick. Jay's trying to join, dude. I'm not sure if you're gonna be hosting longer. Jay in the chat wants to join the panel.
Sure. Where this is he in the streamer chat?
I can send him the link. I just wanted to share that with you.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go to the. I'll be right back in 1 minute.
All right.
So I'll share that with him in a second.
This is probably the most important chart right here, in my opinion, in the whole ecosystem. You know,
exactly.
And it's so damn beautiful.
Yeah, flip, man.
Like, do you see, dude? Like, so if you go to, I think, day 280, that you see that the green peak there, right?
Yeah.
That should be day 280. And then do you see the other peak, which is downwards? That should be Titan Farms coming out.
Wow.
Is that what that was?
I think it has to be that one. Like, I have to double check this, but it has to be, because I believe that's the case. But
I was thinking Hydra, maybe. Was it?
Well, I mean, it could also be, yeah.
Because Hydra got a shit ton of participation.
Yeah, and that same day,
I think probably that's Hydra, yeah.
The guy put 3 trillion Hydra that day too. So it could be that.
Oh yeah, well, it could be that as well. Yeah. Maybe I'm mixing up some of the dates here.
Yeah.
Let's see, 9/18. That was like 33 days ago, something like that. Let's see.
Yeah, I see we have Hydra.
Boom.
Yep, there
Called
you
it.
have it.
Let's go. That's Illuminati shit. Let's go.
You see, I really wanted to add the age column there because look, it's important. We have it now.
Dope, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
see,
they-
would have been smiling right now with numerology shit. That's so funny. Would have got a little boner, like, yeah, numbers.
But I mean, one thing for sure is like when Hydra. So that was Hydra. But like you see that peak, it was definitely way bigger than day 280 because that peak went to 10 trillion essentially.
Yep.
And
9.97.
Exactly. And day 280 was, how big was that?
8.16.
Yeah. So that's like some nice fact there for you.
Yeah. And now we're way back down here. You know, like this whole mountain has been
Crazy,
erased so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And we pumped the whole time.
Yeah.
We've been going up. We've been going up the whole time. We've been doing the opposite of what we were supposed to do.
Since that day.
It's mind blowing. Yeah, since that day. Since that day, we never looked back. Holy
It's
shit.
the machines fully turned on. Skynet turned on that day. Skynet. Let's call it that. Skynet on day 280 turned on, and the machines never went to sleep again.
Oh man, the machines took over.
Right? It's fucking dope, man. It's so crazy when you think about it like that. On day 280, Skynet turned on for the machines and took over Titan X. Judgment Day. Ooh, this is dope. Ooh.
Oh man, I hear all this stuff, bro, in the back of my mind. You say these things and they just stick with me. The machines are winning. The machines are winning. You don't have enough Titan X.
I made that video.
All these things, man.
And it hit me because I was in the car, right? So my wife's a nurse still, and so she gets out at 12 a.m. in the morning. So I always every time, 3 times out of the week, I go to the city to pick her up. I would never let her, take the train by herself, right? So while I'm sitting there in the car waiting for like 20, 30 minutes for us to get out, I started just looking at Dune, started looking at the statistics, started looking at stuff, I'm just bored. And it hit me. And I scrolled over like to the future, to the next couple of months coming up. I'm like, oh my God, there's not enough Titan X. And I sat there, thought about it, and I had to get out of my car and I just pull out my phone and started making a video, just rambling, just like, oh my God, guys, there's not enough. I'm telling you, you don't have enough. There's not enough. And it just drove me crazy. And look now, right? And I was like, the machines. Everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What machines? And now people get it. Like the machines, they took over, man. It's crazy, bro. I love it.
I remember that video you made, like Judgment Day is here on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
I was like, God damn, he's serious. You've got me hyped.
Yeah, man. I woke up the night before of that, I was just thinking about the numbers again. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. And I woke up the morning, I was like, okay, people need to hear this. Like, this is not a joke. Like, I like to be fun at certain things, but when it's serious stuff, I think people need to understand the serious numbers. And I want to show the facts, not just opinion. And people need to understand that, like, guys, there's nothing left now. Like, it really isn't. And I think you guys need to see that. And bam, that's why I made that video. It was scary, man. Like, after that, I sat down and looked at my account. I'm like, it's time to get to work. Like, don't get lazy, don't get compliant. Like, this shit's ticking off, So it was cool, man.
Hey, Jay's still waiting on that link, by the way.
I DM'd him and on. Oh wait, it didn't go through. Hold on, let me try again. All right, tell him now. Yeah, I sent it to him on Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ahmet is bullish. Yes, a lot of us are.
Let me send it to him again, just in case he didn't get it. And you know it's beautiful. So when I tell people, right? So the new phrase I've been doing lately is there is no top, right? In my universe, in Titan X realm, there is no top. Not for a long time, right? And that's not financial advice. Because people don't understand. I'm not looking at it as price of a chart and a number there. I mentioned this as day one a long time ago. I play the ratio game, baby. I don't look at numbers. I don't look at anything. When it comes to ratios, there's no X minimum for me. There is no top for me. You understand? Because at the end of the day, they all look at, look at Volt. It's this top isn't, or Dragon X is top isn't. Guys, end game for me is Titan X. That's the main number one end game in the end. When time comes, when I want to cash out something or do whatever I want to do with it, it's how much Titan X can I get at the end. There is no limit for now at the moment for me when it comes to that, because I'm ratioing. I'm making sure I'm getting as much Titan X as possible. Right? Regardless, if there's a dip, if there's a big dip, oh, trust me, my ratio won that day. Because I made sure I make the flip at the right time, because I know when it bounces back up, I'm making a lot more ratio back, you know? So when people think it's just a number and a chart and they're trying to draw lines for TA, there's no TA, there's no lines in my universe. There is none. You know, there is none. You know, it's just me and the machine, and I'm chilling with the machine. I am Mark O'Connor. There's nobody here to save you, you know? Like, that's it. I'm enjoying the machine.
Oh no.
That's why I love it, man. I love it.
I guess you found your new name.
I know, right? Let's go, man. Just bring it on, man. I love this FUD. It's fun. It's fun, man. You made this, guys.
I feel like
all of you. You made this.
I feel like Jay is gonna go on a passionate marketing rant. I can just feel it.
Oh,
yeah, there we go. I know it.
Oh, I'm very tempted.
No, he's gonna tell us how excited he is about all those legendary E280 NFTs he's got.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
You know what? I have a love-hate relationship with Marco today, because it's like, damn, I'm gonna have to sell a bit of coins I really don't want to sell to go into E280, but then like I love him because he's gonna make me rich by sharing that. Like, holy shit, man, you were bullish on it. I was like, and I got it. Actually, I thought I got it, then I double got it. I was like, holy shit, this is big.
There you go, man. It's big.
Yeah,
it's big.
I find for me, if like I'm really strong with numbers, that's my strength. I suck at a lot of stuff. Hey, sorry if I'm so like I got a new laptop, but I need still to set it up. I still look like I'm an angel. Bro. I'm far from an angel, but
look like a hologram over here.
I find with the Titan X ecosystem, I think like if you're strong with numbers and you're strong with analytical stuff, you're going to get it more. You're going to be like, even with just crypto, blockchain, where this is going, I find like if you're good, like if you're an analytical person, some stuff's going to effing blow you away.
Yeah. The meme token traders, like it's really hard for them to wrap their heads around this. You know, like they're used to just marketing and branding and a token that does absolutely nothing. You know, and that's what they base all of their, you know, like they're judging these projects off of, you know, stuff that doesn't even make sense. You know, like this is a whole nother world to these people, and it's something new. Yeah.
I spent years researching the banking system as well, and some stuff that, you know, we talk about here, how they're printing money and inflation and prices of everything going up, and it has nothing to do with the values, just like our currency is losing its value, right? So when you tie that into crypto and you see what crypto does, like what Jake was explaining today and yesterday, and a lot of times he's hitting those points, like it's insane, like the tokenomics and like the fact that Titan X has been going up while we were hyperinflationary is insane, and the protocols were not even launched, and then Ethereum wasn't even doing anything, and we're a leverage play on Ethereum. Plus, a lot of the protocols are holding Titan X, like they're holding Titan X in the vault. Their buy and burns are full of Titan X, like and Titan X hasn't even pumped, like hasn't even gone hyper deflationary. Like, not financial advice, okay? You know, this is for entertainment purposes only. All this bullshit, fucking bullshit. What do you call them? Disclaimers that we have to say because the banks don't want any competition. But yeah, it's insane. Like literally, I went for a walk today, try to clear my head, and still I'm thinking like the more I'm clearing my head, the more I'm hyped. Because again, the fact that we were going up while we're hyperinflationary. Think about that, guys. If theoretically, if Titan X does a 5x, let's say in the next 6 weeks, because we're going hyper-deflationary, theoretically, Hydra would be holding 100 million in buy and burn pressure, and then Hyper would have like 20 or 25 million. Like a lot of the protocols are holding Titan X. I don't know if people realize that. Like they're not holding shit fiat. We're holding a token these protocols are holding a token that is actually going hyper deflationary.
Yep.
Like,
we got
Jesus Christ.
2 million in Titan X and the E280
Yeah,
miner
and
burn.
well, like I was freaking out with Element today. I was like, holy shit, because I was listening to Marco. I was like, oh my goodness. And like I said, I'm strong with numbers. So I was like, okay, all right, yeah, I get it. So I got nothing else I can sell. I can't sell the dog. I can't sell my mom. Like, fuck do I do
here? And look at this. Look how many more NFTs have burned just while we're on stream. This is insanity to me. I love it.
Dude, I want to ask you a question to make sure I understood properly about Element 280. So is it my understanding that like there's not going to be any more NFTs that are going to be minted, right? Like this is it.
After
18 days. After 18 days, right? There's no more NFTs, right?
Exactly. Forever capped. No tokens, no NFTs will ever re-enter the market. Deflationary from there on out.
Oh my goodness. Like
now you see. The only way to get it is either buy it or mint it.
Oh, no, trust me, I got a plan. I got my hyper miners coming out tomorrow, the day after, and
take your time.
Yeah, no, I got 18 days. Basically, the idea here is it depends. Like it's 1-to-1 with Titan X, right? So you got to do the math. It's if when do you think Titan X is going to go up, you got to do the math. But you got 18 days to buy it with Titan X, and it's insane, man. Like there's so much stuff.
Just to add a little bit of FOMO there, you got 133 hours before this next payout.
Yeah.
You got 18 days, but only 133 hours.
133 hours. Oh shit.
Yeah. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that one, buddy.
Sorry, Marco. I'm gonna take just a tiny little piece of your payout. You can blame it on dude.
Man, it's beautiful because this NFT allows you to earn the passive income. And you could do whatever you want with it, right? You could sell it if you want to, and get into other tokens. You could hold on to it for other protocols coming out in the future. You could just sit on it, if you want. And while you're making that decision, while everybody else is doing what they're doing, you're still earning more tokens along the way, right? By just holding the NFT.
To me, what's crazy here is when people start selling their NFTs because they want to get out, or they see something that's more flashy, like you were saying, Marco. They see something that's more flashy, or they need the money to survive, or they want to buy the Ferrari or whatever. Like they sell, you just got a bigger cut of that thing, and I don't even know if I want to say it all. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to say everything I'm thinking. But cheese and rice, man, because like every no, sorry, every protocol that's going to join Titan X, well, any builder that has half a brain is going to be building here.
Yeah.
And the other thing I never got to share with the community, because I haven't streamed, like I've been just working, and I'm working on marketing, and I'm very busy too with so many things on the go. And so I haven't had the chance to share my thoughts, man. Like I have so many thoughts about Titan X. Like it's really insane. Like I've been in crypto for 7 years. Like I said in the last stream, I researched crypto 10 hours per day, almost obsessed for like 7 years straight. And like, geez and rice, man, this is like this is insane. And what I really like what Jake did is like the builders are coming and they're getting rewarded. Okay. But they're getting rewarded with a hyper deflationary token. Like they're getting rewarded from 0 to 8%. Like this is completely decentralized. Jake doesn't control anything. He just built the code. That's it. It's there. You want to use it. If you're smart, use it. If you don't see, if you don't see the benefits and you're half blind and whatever, keep playing where you're playing. But like they're getting rewarded. They choose a reward. So let's say from 0 to 8%, right, of whatever they burn, right? But like if they do the math, like this is not 0 of 8%. Like they're getting 0 to 8% of a hyper deflationary token. Like this is insane. So let's say you set it at 8%, you're not really getting 8%. If you believe in the potential of the protocol and you think it's going to do, let's say 30x, well, you're getting like what, 2,400%? Or 2,400% of whatever you can burn, like, because you're not getting 8%. You're getting 8% of a token that will, in my opinion, not financial advice. This is not Jake saying. This is me saying it. In my opinion, it's going to explode. It has no choice to explode. It has no choice because Matt is Matt.
Yeah, I love it.
Like it's insanity. Like Oh man, sorry.
Dude, can you pull up the site again one more time? And go back to the minting NFTs part.
I just want to point out we just broke 100K in rewards, and this is a day and a half.
Nice.
At the dip. At the dip. At the dip.
At the dip. The other thing I want to add about Element 280 is that like once like this is going to grow, right? Like builders are coming like crazy. We can't even count the projects right now popping up. Like half the projects we don't even know about, and most of them are all going to be on 280 because you're going to keep adding them as they go, right, dude? Correct?
Yeah, you don't have to pick a kingdom. Is kind of what I like about E280 is like building on E280 is like you're not going with just Dragon X Kingdom or the Inferno or whatever. Like you're building on all of Titanx by utilizing E280.
Oh, I wanted to give a big hug to Marco today, man.
Stat page, real quick. I'm sorry, it was the stat page. So to me, this is the number one most important number right here that I'm looking at. So after the mint phase ends, you see where it says legendary amp? You see where it says 86 right there?
Yeah.
Right? I'm just waiting for that bad boy to go lower and lower. Every time it goes lower, guys, guess what? In your position, you're going to have a boost in your position. Because when people start killing the golden goose, the real number, that's when their fun starts to play. That's what I'm staring at every single day. Is at the end of the mint phase, is how many, what's the number there? And how many is going to go down? That's all I care about. That's it. So
yeah, it's fun watching these NFTs getting burned right now, but it doesn't mean quite as much because people are minting new ones still.
Yeah,
but once that mint phase is over, this right here is going to be fantastic to watch. Not just the legendaries, but all of them. All of them.
Yep.
But is it
Look at that burn
25%?
percentage?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Baby.
Yeah,
it was 23.4 earlier, and now it's 23.53. Damn.
yeah, that's insane. So my question about that, I was going to ask, like, is that NFTs or is that combined? Is that just NFTs that's burnt?
That's NFTs. Oh no.
No. This number here is NFT numbers. This is the actual Element 280 token.
But it's still, it's 25%. It's 25%. It's still 25% was burnt of the NFTs. Like it's like 23% to be exact, probably roughly ish. 24% was burnt.
So good, man. So
we're
good.
about to break 1 trillion Element tokens burned. Trillion.
When you start seeing big
dude, I want to ask you a question. What's the alpha on build on Element 280? Because I know you're cooking up some stuff in the background.
Like I said, Utah and I, we've got another easy button that I think a lot of people are gonna love. A lot of people, and then it's very well known, and I think a lot of people are very hyped about it. Vault Gold is coming very soon, and Vault is hot right now. Everybody's loving Vault, and he's like you said, he's pulling out the shotgun, and it'll be. I'm excited to see that. He was showing me the UI for Vault Gold today, and I was like, yes, please ship it.
It's clean. It's pretty, right? It's so good.
Yep.
Makes you look fancy. Makes you feel fancy.
I also have Element 369, which I haven't talked about much either. That's probably coming out first, which I haven't. It's hard for me. Like I want to I don't want to take away from the focus of Element 280. Like the mint phase is going on right now. It's important for people to see, like, if you want to get in on this, unless you want to go on the secondary market, this mint phase is very limited, and the timer's running. But yeah, I'm already in audits for Element 369 that's utilizing Element 280. And it's specific in the Inferno Kingdom. This is utilizing Inferno and Flux, the Flux protocol specifically. There's going to be no new token here. This is just for basically like those Inferno Flux fans, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Thank you, dude.
Inferno Bulls in the house. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got a good bag.
Yeah,
I got a good bag.
But nothing yet. I think we're gonna just let this timer run to 0 first, and let that do its thing, and then we're gonna rock and roll with some new stuff.
Yeah, that's important. Right? Yeah, let that come out. Let this timer finish, and then release everything else, because then that's when the real
Wait
FOMO
a
happens,
second.
right?
Yeah.
So Element 369 is not a token. So it's like
It's
an
another
automation
it's another NFT. And this NFT is going to be backed by Inferno, Flux, Element
I know what it
280
is.
tokens.
I got it. Can I take a guess, or do you want me to not say anything?
I mean, you can talk all you want.
Okay. I'm suspecting that it's basically like Element 280, but it's just for the Infernal Kingdom, possibly.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't. But yeah. I'm gonna stop right there.
I asked you if I could listen to guess.
Good idea. Yes, that's pretty good. I'm excited.
Okay, let's. Does it play around with stakes?
Yeah, we're utilizing the Flux protocol.
Political answer. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
And there's an input token, but there's no token created.
Correct.
Yeah, I know what it is. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. So, and all of this. So we've got 3 projects that are utilizing E280 in the making.
Holy shit!
And I'm very excited about all of these. And then not to mention, I think Jake's already said he's interested on his Shogun will utilize E280 as well. Is this correct?
Yep.
There you go.
Because it's a hyperdeflationary token in the ecosystem, so it's definitely going to be one of the hardcore routes.
Hey, yeah. Marco, will you do me a favor, bro? Marco Connor, will you say you don't have enough E280?
You don't have enough E280. You have no, if anything.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Holy shit.
Look at Chase having a meltdown.
Oh man, no, it's crazy, man. It's sick because, my goodness, Jake, man. Holy shit!
I have nothing to do with these monsters. I just created Titan.
Yeah, but you created the layer that allowed this to happen, because the fact that you took all of the best tokenomics of everything, you applied all of that, you removed all the bad, you added the game theory, plus you launched it right on time, plus you put an incentive there for builders to come, which you didn't even know, like you did it for I don't know, like you didn't even plan that somewhat, but an incentive for builders to come, a stupid incentive, and when I say remove the bad, like, immutable smart contracts, like remove the admin key, fucking triple audits. I mean, cheese and rice, man. Like, no, like this. I'm working on some marketing, like I said.
Yeah, this is also the crazy part about the ecosystem. Our standards for stuff is so high, because even the idea of an audit, that's like poison to the average crypto developer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not paying for an audit. It's just like a random smart contract. It's not going to be that big. People don't look ahead. Like, if you don't have an audit, you're not even in our ecosystem at this point. Like, the standard is so high, the innovation is so high, everything's new, never done before, no lazy forks. Even the lending protocol, Ouroboros, is not even a lazy fork. Farms is not even a lazy fork. Like, this ecosystem is just it's fucking insane. It's so sick.
And the builders are paying for their own audits. Like, builders are coming and they're paying for audits like crazy. Like, I'm like, holy shit.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, they're not
cheap. Everything out of pocket. Everything out of pocket until your protocol performs. You don't get paid until then.
Mm-hmm.
So we put a lot on the line.
And they're not cheap, exactly. And then if your protocol performs, you get paid very well. The same thing with any business. Put the money in, you put the time in, then you deliver a product, and then if people buy the product, you make money.
There's nothing like this, man. There's nothing even close. Like I said, I spent years and years. I was researching. There are 2 other projects I won't mention, but like they're huge. They involve like one's chosen to be the operating system for the 4th industrial age, which is blockchain tokenization, like Microsoft Windows for the blockchain. It's chosen by the IETF and the Internet Engineering Task Force and MIT. They're responsible for setting the standards for all the protocols of the internet. Jake knows what it is. I think you might know which one I'm talking about.
My brain just started glitching for a second because you went from one topic.
No, but I mean, like, I'm into like some serious stuff, like tokens that involve like all of the central banks. I hate them, but it involves being like the Microsoft Windows for the fourth industrial age, which is crypto. But even like being the Microsoft Windows, meaning like everything needs to go through that for full interoperability for us to be able to build multi-chain applications and everything like that. But anyways, like even being in that, I look at Titan X and I'm even more bullish on Titan X. Even if I'm in a token that would involve literally being the operating system for the next internet, which is 100 times bigger than the internet we have, I'm still probably more bullish on Titan X based on the price right now and based on the incentives and the hyperdeflation and everything that's happening.
Like, yeah, and the other thing your product probably has a bunch of VC Steam tokens that are waiting to be unlocked and dumped.
No, this one actually, it's like the team's only holding 5% or something like that. Fair. It's yeah. But no, I've got like probably 8,000 to 10,000 hours of research in that project. But I mean, I don't mind to say, but I hate to drop those tokens here. This
is a Titan X stream, baby.
Exactly. So, but I'm not even thinking about those. Since I found Titan X, I'm not even thinking about that. Like, imagine finding the next Microsoft Windows and finding Titan X, and I'm more bullish on Titan X. It's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Titan X is just taking crypto to the nth degree. We're using all the crypto technologies, DEXs, swaps, liquidity pools, input tokens, etc., etc. And we're using everything to the nth degree. Like our level of liquidity pool mastery within the ecosystem is unheard of. Liquidity pools are at the heart of crypto, and everybody understands liquidity pools, understands how powerful it is to price things in certain things, and then the Archimedes lever effect and the double buy effect, etc.
Yes. And for element 280, it's the triple buy, that I love on a lot of these tokens.
You made a really good point, Jake, when you said that the builders that are really good builders and they're confident in what they can bring to the table, they're gonna come to where they're rewarded, right? They're not gonna, like you were giving the example of someone. If you have a salesman and he knows he sucks, of course he wants to be paid per hour because he sucks and he's not going to put the effort. But if he knows he's good, he wants to be paid commission because he knows what he's capable of. And because you set the incentive right, and with capitalism and everything, what's the other word, the fancy word there? Meritocracy. Like the caliber of builders, like, it's insane, man. Like, dude, what you guys are putting out is insane. Then you've got Ouroboros, and then you've got DeFi.
Titan Farms.
No, Volt.
DeFi Steve.
DeFi Steve. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna launch 8 at the same time. Like, cheese and rice. Every time I listen to a stream, I find out about like 4 other projects that are launching. Like, cheese and rice.
No, that's Steve. The SWAT team that just busts through the door and they all come through at once. That's just
man.
You're gonna wake up and like, bam, 7 different vaults. Like, what the hell's going on?
When I read that he was launching 8 at the same time, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Good. I'm telling you, man, you guys have no idea. That dude is creative, and the way that the ideas, man, he really is. And that when something
so
pops,
humble.
Yeah, something pops in his head, and then next thing you know, it just starts going, and the wheels start turning, and next thing you know, something comes out, and it's like, holy shit, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, I could sit for days and try to figure something out and beat my head against the wall. For him, it just comes. It's amazing.
He's so humble too. It's insane. Like, Jake, let's say Jake is talking to him. He's like, what you built is amazing, man. And then he's like, yeah, it's working very well. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's like, holy fuck, man.
The Steve signature move is,
right?
Yeah, I like it. I'm happy with it. Yeah, I was like, oh, if people were backing me, like, oh, if I had built what he was built, man, I'd be just floating. I'd be like,
I think for Steve, and it's not about the money. for people, they want to see green candles, they want to see the pump, they want to see all that. Steve wants to see his creation come to life, and the money in that comes in is just a byproduct of that. That's how I feel. You know, when I see Steve, because it's more about, I want to bring this idea to life. This is what I want to create. And let's see how and it's so funny because he's like, yeah, it's an experiment. Let's see how it works.
Yeah, it's crazy because he's like, yeah, I wanted to experiment.
I get the vibe that he's just like permanently on like magic mushrooms. You know, like he's just out of the box. Just that's the vibe I get from him. Like he's out of the box.
Somebody whatever works, man.
Yeah.
Whatever works. DM events. So yeah, Steve is doing some type of shrooms, man. I'm telling you, man. Trust me.
Well, anyways, if he runs out, you know, tell him I'll ship him some. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
We got a quick question here. The minting phase is for NFTs and tokens. They both will stop. That timer at the top of the mint page. Let me come back up here.
That's big, man. That's big.
This once this is over, tokens and NFTs are capped and forever deflationary. And I also wanted to show this off to kind of razz Mike a little bit. See how fancy that is? Look at that. This I want to see your UI do something sexy like that. Oh yeah.
I gotta work hard for that one now, I tell you that. I think let's put it this way: you have way more data to show, so you had to come up with something.
Yeah. Because I realized mobile view. There's way more people in crypto and mobile than I could have ever guessed. You know, but I gotta make sure everybody's got equal chances to participate, whatever device they're on. So
smart.
Mobile,
yeah, that's actually
tablet.
That's an important note because I've noticed the same. A lot of mobile users.
Really? I personally I would never do it. Yeah.
Same.
But if you want to, I'll let you.
Yeah. Build it, but don't do it, people.
Yeah.
I only look at it. I only look at certain things on my phone, but never would I do any kind of crypto from my phone. My laptop's dedicated. That's it. It doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? It has no Gmail. It has no nothing. We don't surf the internet on that. Like, that thing's sacred. It's locked up, and we don't mess around with that. You know, VPN, you know, virus protection, everything on that laptop. And I never punched in any keywords on that keyboard, period, ever. Have I done that, you know? And it's worth it. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, okay, you'll throw $1,000 in a crypto, but you don't want to spend any money on your little setup here. You know what I mean? You want to ape into some meme coin and hope to catch the pump, but for what you threw in there, you could set up your whole setup. It doesn't have to be expensive. Your computer doesn't have to be expensive, you know, and set your VPN and get a few things, get your hardware wallet, you know, and just dedicate that because it's worth it. It is so worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is another good one that I really like about Element 280 because it's like I was saying, it's not just a double buy and burn. In some cases, it's a triple buy and burn. And let me go over here. Let's look at Baby Dragon X. When you click this button, it's taking Titan X and buying Dragon X, because that's the only way you can get to Baby Dragon X is by buying Dragon X. So when you take that Titan X and you buy Dragon X, you're pumping Dragon X, and with that bonded liquidity, you're pumping Baby Dragon X and Element 280 all at the same time. And then you take that Dragon X and then you mark it by Baby Dragon X. Now that's pumped Baby Dragon X a second time. That's pumped E280 on that pair a second time. Then we burn some of that Baby Dragon X. And then from there, we go and buy E280. And now it's pumping E280 a third time. And then burning that E280. So in one single click on this Baby Dragon X burn button, you're pumping E280 3 times. You're pumping Dragon X, you're pumping Baby Dragon X twice, E280 3 times. And along the way, burning Baby Dragon X, burning E280. Every single one of these is a 2 or 3 buy, double or triple buy. And I think that's massive that people don't really realize. It's huge for the ecosystem.
Cheese and rice.
Somebody clip that, please, if you can. That's very important. Clip it, clip
Yes.
it. All right, the time's been done.
Question for you, Dude and Jake. When I'm pretty sure, I think I know the answer, but I want to make sure. When let's say when he's going from Dragon X to Baby Dragon X, right? The pump that Dragon X receives, so from Titan X to Dragon X receives a little pump. From Dragon X to Baby Dragon X, the pump that Dragon X got from Titan X, it doesn't lose that pump when it goes into Baby Dragon X, right? No, it keeps it because it puts it in the pool. Yep. But when the Dragon X going into the Baby Dragon X pool, for example, like, because sometimes I'm looking at protocols, I'm like, okay, it's not a burn, but it's going in that pool, and most of it probably won't come back out, or like because there is. That's what I understood from you, Jake, right? Like some of it stays within the pool, right? So how the hell would I explain that? I think I'm not sure if.
I mean, you're putting it in there, and the only way to get that back out is by selling like Baby Dragon X. But the buy and that sell is volume, and that's getting locked up in the smart contract from the LP fees at least. But like in this case, when that Baby Dragon X goes to buy and burn E280, that Baby Dragon X is getting put in the LP, the Baby Dragon X element LP. But that element that's getting pulled out, that gets burned. So the only way to pull that Baby Dragon X out is for somebody else to come in with their E280. Like and this is a deflationary token. So right now it's easy because you can just mint 1 for 1. And that's what people are doing. They're minting these tokens, and that's that's doing its thing. But once minting is over, like that's no longer the case. And all of these buttons are just depositing these tokens into these LPs. We'll see. Are you following there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's. Man, what blows my mind is you look at a protocol like this, you have Hart's Law, it's built on Titan X. Mm-hmm. So I think half the time we're forgetting, because I forget it. I'm like, okay, Jesse, if you think this is going to do a 30X, don't forget that whatever Titan X does, it receives that too. So, if Element 280 does even just a 40X by itself, without Titan X just staying where it is right now, well, holy shit, man. Like that does a 40X, then Titan X does a 10X, it's a 400X. I'm like I said, I'm really strong with numbers, and this is sick, man. What's coming? This is potential. This is insane. Like
this is Hart's Law on nicotine right here.
I said it when I created a little marketing pamphlet, or whatever you want to call it, and that's what I said. I said this is Hex on steroids. Because I was explaining to my friend, I said, listen, Hex, like, and I think Jake had explained this in one of the streams that Jake was talking about, like the early Hex that did a max stake, they were getting so much rewards, right? Like they were getting a shitload of new Hex, and they were dumping.
One of the interesting things, I keep hearing this all the time, but absolutely nothing in Titan X represents Hex. Not a single tokenomic.
Different. Yeah. It's different stuff.
Yeah, I've never understood why people said that, because Titan X only inflates the miner.
No, I just mean the Hart's Law
where you get inflation. Yeah, but that's just liquidity bonding.
Yeah.
Like I don't like all this attaching to tools chain to Hart, because this is something wildly new.
And this is not just like a liquidity web. This is different. The liquidity bonding here is way different, because everything, it's not like we're just spread out every different direction. All of these tokens are only paired with Titan X, and then these third layer tokens are only paired with the second layer. Like we're not expanding out. So when Titan X goes up and down, the entire ecosystem feels that.
Yep.
And that's where the E280 is on nicotine. It's like the ups and downs is just amplified because it's a layer 2, layer 3 protocol on all of these bonded liquidities. Like the movements between these pairs is completely different than just like a regular liquidity web. I think it's very important to note that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jake. Yeah, dude, thanks. Appreciate you letting me know. I won't lose that. The reason I use that wording too is because Hex did a 10,000x, right? So when I'm trying to get the community, I was like, hey, so that
but
was
the thing
part
is,
of the reason
the
too.
thing is that brings a bunch of negative connotations to it, because I've seen people use it against Titanx, and it has nothing to do with it, zero to do with it. Because man, every day, every month, a token in crypto does a 10,000x. It's not unique to Hex in any way. So
I realize what you say now. I realize now what you guys mean, because the only thing it's got is Hart's law. Everything else is different, right? So and
well, even that's a step up from what Hart's law is talking about.
Yeah.
This is Hart's law on steroids with buy and burns on top of it. It's completely different, man.
Plus everything else.
Yeah, the only
everything else is steroids. Yeah.
That you could almost reference Hex is nothing to do with Titanx, right? It's, for example, if you think about Vault, it's only one little feature, right? The auction house was almost how the AA Libby was for Hex. That's it. That's the only thing that you could say is tiny similar, right? Because you put in ETH, you receive Hex the next day after the auction ended, right? In the AA lobby. That's the only thing that could come close to anything that's built on this side. Everything else is completely different. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same, guys.
What's crazy here, though, is just like, okay, so it's not comparable to Hex whatsoever, but the Hex community, for example, they were getting rewarded tons of, right? Like in our ecosystem, what I find really crazy is, again, I shouldn't even use Hex as an example, but like the inflation normally you would come, the sell pressure that you normally receive with Titanx, it's reversed. What should be sell pressure ends up being a buy pressure, which is insane. And the only reason I'm saying that is because if you look at the sell pressure in Hex, it was dropping everything by 80%, and then it was kept climbing. But here with Titanx, we're not even getting that sell pressure. We're getting a buy pressure because the rewards we're receiving the rewards on ETH, so we keep it in the system. But now we've got a benevolent whale, Dragon X, which brings it even to another step, because imagine when Dragon X and Helios are receiving, let's say, 80 to 90% of the rewards eventually, let's say. That means everything we're feeding in to create our Titan X ends up being 100% buy pressure. It's insane.
Yep.
It's insane.
With scarcity on top of that down the road, right? Think about that. You're talking about when that happens, you think a draw is now, the draw is going to be way bigger down the road. So it's going to be even more powerful, you know? Dude, I wanted to give you one little stat that since we missed streaming, right? So right now, NFT burns, we're sitting at what, 1023 around there?
Yeah.
Right. So this is a cool stat. So when you started the stream with Mo, I did some math when you guys was talking. It was around 981. So right now, right, we lost about 42 NFTs, right?
And how much? What was the NFT supply?
I was at about 981.
I thought it was 997.
No, he's asking like the actual existing supply. I wasn't paying attention to that.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the existing. I'm talking about the total burn at the bottom, right? So
no, Jake's asking what was the
I want to know how many people are like compounding.
It was at 3180.
Let's
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Check this out. So we gained 1 legendary. We gained 28 rare amps. We gained 10 rares, but we lost 42 NFTs, and those was about 38 rare comments and 8 regular comments at the moment. That's the math.
But did the NFT supply go up by 40 as well? Were people like going back in reminting?
I mean, I'm looking at Etherscan right here. We've got 2 minutes ago, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. People are minting. Yeah, look at this. 10 minutes ago, mint with ETH. That was a Titanx market buy to mint right there. And then more burning, more minting. It's look at this, all within the last hour. Yeah, so there's minting going on alongside these burnings. Yeah.
No, absolutely. But Marco, I think you were saying that the ones that were burnt were way bigger than, like, they were the rare ones. They were the bigger ones, right? Like if you did the math.
So gained, right? Gained. We gained 1 legendary. We gained 28 rare amps, and we gained 10 rares. But we lost 38 common rares and 8 commons. That's dope.
Yeah.
Look, that's crazy. And guess what? You know what's beautiful about all this, guys? What I just said, and the reason why I brought this up, while all that happened, right? We get rewarded. That's it, by doing nothing. Let people play. Let them do what they got to do.
No, the 2.4% fee is insane. Like even after the mint is over, like 2.4% that goes to the NFT holders. My goodness, I was thinking, what happens when there's a 1 million, 2 million volume per day here?
51 billion right there. Look at that. Woo, sitting there. Let's go.
There's another point somebody brought up. You know, when you click the Baby Dragon X burn button, does that help the other community projects at the same time? Absolutely. Like when you click the Baby Dragon X burn button and it's buying Dragon X to get to Baby Dragon X, that's boosting Awesome X. That's boosting Hydra. Where are you at, Hydra? Right here.
Yeah, it's the same with the, yeah.
Sorry. So one click on this burn button is actually supporting like 5 projects in the ecosystem with one click.
Well, it's automatically a market by routing through the whole system. Like it's going from automatically from Titanix to, you know, if let's say they want Flux, it's going from Titanix to Inferno to Flux to whatever up the trail, right? Or same for Dragon X, Baby Dragon X. It's got to go through Titanix, Dragon X, Baby Dragon X. It's automatically. It's automatic. Like anytime, so people have to realize when you buy this token, like you're buying everything and it's going through everything.
Buying the NFT. Yes.
You're buying the NFT. Yeah.
That's key. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. When you guys are talking, I'm looking at it, I see the numbers changing. I'm like, wait a minute, something just happened in the past like 30 minutes. Somebody sold a lot, somebody made a lot. It's just great, man. And then when you look at the buy and burn now, right? When we were just talking, let's see if it went up. 23.59% right now. Look at that, man. Oh, so good.
Yes. But Marco, when they're buying the token, they'd still be buying everything at the same time too, right? Because they're buying. It's like this is like a ETF.
Well, yes, and if you hold the NFT too, you're getting the rewards on top of that too.
Oh yeah. But I just mean like when you buy the token, like it's the buy pressure is routed through everything, right?
It's helping the buy and burn, and then they get to select it. So yeah, technically, yeah.
But do they? But they don't select which token, right? Like it goes through all. It goes through all the tokens. Like it's distributed.
Yeah,
sorry,
but that's different with the 16% tax now. Because if you have the double hop, so if you go for example Titan X, Hyper Element 280, that's 16% tax twice. So the auto routers don't use that now. But in the future, that might be like that's to better out, because then it drops to 4% instead of 16.
Yeah.
So for now, it's just using the Titan X element pool. But in the future, it will route through all of the pools.
That's when the fun begins, where the ARB doesn't care where it's going now; it goes everywhere. It's all being engaged, it's all being interacted. Like this is like next level Element 280 talk, like next stage type of shit, right? Like
after a month,
fast forward, you know.
Sorry, after the mint phase is over, or later on when we have more.
Well, it should be after the mint phase is over, because that's when Jake is saying the tax will be dropped from 16 to 4. Now more ARBs, instead of being like, oh, I can't go over here, but it's only 16. Well, now it's cheaper for it to play everywhere else. So now it's to be fed everywhere else, and everything starts to be engaged. You know, that's up to the ARB though, the bot to decide. You know, we don't decide that. You know?
Okay.
No.
Look who's back.
Let's
go. Now, how was your visit from Earth?
Yeah, doctors are terrible. I don't want to talk. I just want to be here and listen.
Good job.
I can't believe you guys are still doing this. You guys are awesome.
Dude, you know what's funny? I didn't eat lunch. I didn't eat dinner yet. Crazy, right?
Yeah, you're gonna eat in a bear market. That's when you're gonna eat.
That's right. No eating. No eating.
Hey guys, I'm gonna drop off. Mo, I was waiting for you to come in, but now I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'm honored to come in just for you to leave, sir.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, give us a quick plug on Matrix before you go.
Matrix. One thing should I say? Oh, I mean, the idea with the ETH button you have, that's definitely gonna come.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You need it, man. You need it. That's a new thing, man.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good because I think you mentioned that, dude, as well, which is the idea of you don't have enough ETH, which came from originally from Marco, I believe. Yeah, that narrative can be pushed, like, because, well, you can just come with ETH and then it just buys Titanix and so forth.
wait. You don't have enough Titanix. You just said you don't have enough ETH. You don't have enough plenty of ETH out there.
Yeah, you don't have enough Titanix. I mean, yeah. Did I say you don't have enough ETH?
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, man. You see, I have to go to
Time to
sleep.
go to bed.
My brain is.
See,
Yeah.
I came on and the dumb just rubbed off onto you.
Well, that could sell too, right? Like, there's not enough ETH for the amount of Titanic that people should buy, right?
There's definitely
That's what I thought he meant.
There's definitely enough ETH, I'll tell you that.
When ETH does pump, gas is gonna be expensive. People are not gonna have enough of anything to play with. You better start planning now. It's gonna get fun.
Buying brains are going to be expensive too.
All right, guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you for the invitation, and have a good one. Yeah, talk to you soon, guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Oh man, that's a good comment. Titan X on nicotine, E280 on edibles.
Nice.
On most stream, I let it join just before we got there, and then you guys started talking numbers. I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. It was good, man. And the thing is, that after that, I had the only munchies. I was hungry as hell. I still haven't ate anything, man. I'm just starving. It's fun though. This is great,
dude. When I have to go do a doctor's visit, it's 40-minute drive into town.
Oof.
To sit in an office for an hour, to have the doctor see it for 10 minutes, to drive back 40 minutes. And you guys are still streaming. I was like, dude, all right, I'll hop back on. Yeah. What's up, guys?
Oh, they talk to you for 10 minutes there? Wow, you got good minutes.
Generally, every doctor's office is about 10 solid minutes for 2.5 hours, 3 hours of transportation.
Yeah, I'm not big on the medical system if you want to get me started.
Oh yeah, we could have lots of conversations with that, but we don't want to get shadow banned, so we're not going to have those conversations. The government's great. We trust everything.
Oh, it's amazing, man.
Hey, so what happened today? I disappear and someone cheats. I feel like we need to teach more single-side exit liquidity classes. What do you guys think?
I don't even think it's a cheat. It's just, I don't know. The other side needs to cool off. That's basically it.
I was thinking about something today. Like there's the miners that are still coming out. The few, there's not much left. But correct me if I'm wrong. What do you guys think about this thought? Is people that are dumping their Titan X right now are probably people who, like, they bought in. They still thought at the end they got thrown off, like, oh yeah, I know this is not great, this scam, blah blah blah, this stupid mentality because they didn't do the research right. And now they're getting their mints and they're selling. Anybody dropping all of their Titan X right now is either like really needs the money or he hasn't done the research. It's one of the two, right? Like so I was thinking, like, the ones that are selling now are the only ones that are going to sell for no reason, right? And in the future though, like after this mint is gone, everybody else is coming in and minting are people who've done the research, is what I'm thinking. Like, it's like after this, because I'm thinking, like, who would sell right now? Like, who would sell like a maniac right now? It would only be people that got their mints. They don't know what they're holding, haven't done the research, and like, they already had in their mind that they were gonna, sell everything when they get their mint, maybe. And then, like I said, like moving forward, everybody else they've done the research. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean the main thing is right now. Well, Titanx, I kind of consider Titanx out of inflationary season now because 97%-ish, it's a little bit more than 97% of the supply is in existence. Only 2-3% is coming out until now and 18th of November-ish. And then what do you have left? You have a hyperinflationary asset with a backstop of tens of millions of dollars of Ethereum, programmed buy pressure from 17 different protocols with 20 plus coming in the future. That's a pretty good asset.
In the next 3 months. Yeah. 20
I don't even know what's coming in the future. Yep.
Was that
Like,
sorry?
obviously, not financial advice,
That's a
etc.
great chart.
But that's what Titan X becomes after all is out.
Yeah. Who cares about the price chart? When you're looking at this, you're like, I don't even like the price will come. This is
irrelevant.
This is the chart I'm looking at right here, and it's beautiful.
You know, it's funny. I never seen this chart until you showed it, and now I see it, and I'm like, wow, look at that flip at that date. It's just like the world. It's like the movie Inception, right? The world just changed on us. Inception. Boom. Boom.
Cue Titan X Inception memes.
You know what it is? We pumped so hard, we broke through the firmament. Whatever you call that thing, the dome. People say we broke right through it. Now we're in the next world.
You see this giant negative green candle right here, Jake? This is Hydra.
Hydra, right?
Yeah.
You've set the bar, so I want to see Shogun with a green candle down lower than this right here.
Oh, that'll be dope.
Maybe.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
That'll be dope.
I'm hyped about X28.
It could be anybody, right? Anybody's protocol, man. That's what's beautiful about the ecosystem. It all goes to the same place, right? So, oh God, I love this ecosystem. I love it.
When you're talking about people who are the people who are selling right now, I have a miner that just came out, and I think it's a 4 to a 5x.
Look at that.
From what I put into it.
Nice.
And so you kind of think anyone who's selling right now is, those people who have attained X's and are stoked about it and are grabbing them. But every sell right now is them parting with stuff that they got at such a lower price point. They can't ever get it back at that price point ever again. And so, that's fine. Let them out, because if they want to get back in, if they're going to get out at another 5x, that's going to be much higher than now. So I sort of look at every big bag that kind of jeets out and exits out, or, whatever profit takes out as just someone who, right, they're shedding that last of that, really cheaply acquired Titan X. And as all that cheaply acquired Titan X disappears, that floor kind of moves up as far as I'm concerned.
I like this question that AO brought up.
Yeah, so basically, yes, that is the answer. Hyper deflationary with 90% buy and burn.
And what is important to note is, don't buy it on market. Go to element280.win and mint an NFT if you want the rewards, and just hold it, which is what I'm doing. And then, because if you're minting the token, you're only really doing it for the arbitrage.
Exactly.
That's the only reason you would do it. So NFT is what you want. So go to element280.win. Don't buy on market, because you will incur a 16% tax. All the trading you see on market is arbitrage bots. It's not users. So don't fall for the trick. It's arbitrage bots going back and forth in between the pool, fixing the price while they're paying NFT holders to do it. So get NFT, element280.win.
There are some compounders in there as well. I think we're seeing that there are people selling and minting.
No, I definitely.
But they're not buying on the market. They're minting inside the market.
Where would the arbitrage bots sit in the E280 ecosystem? Are they only sitting between E280 and Titan X, or are they sitting between a shitload of pairs?
Everything,
all of it.
Yeah, but are like they're sitting everywhere? But are they creating rewards for E280?
Yes. Yeah, because they have to go through Element for all of it.
Yeah,
like you have to touch the Element280 and one of the routes.
Yeah,
because that's the price that they're fixing between the pools.
It's a pair.
So whenever they touch that token, they pay the tax.
It's so good. It's so good. Look at his mind. It's so good, bro.
Every transaction, there's a tax.
Okay, so let's say
that tax is funneled to NFT holders in the form of rewards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, every time somebody. Just every time somebody buys E280.
Yeah.
And
arbs,
but not
or sell.
No, but not. We're not getting any fees from Dragon X to Baby Dragon X, or from Inferno to Flux to all the other 800 protocols. We're not getting a fee on that, right?
No.
That would be
what
the
Farms is
E280 and Dragon X, E280 and Baby Dragon X.
I'm in Farms, but I bought it the wrong time, but it's okay. I
what were you buying? You just get in the farm.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Is that?
Why are you buying? Just get in the farm.
Get Dragon X and Hydra paired up. Good,
Which
good
one?
reward right there.
Yeah.
Dragon,
Oh, I got
Dragon X and
mean?
Hydra is a good reward.
I got
Sorry.
Dragon X.
Sorry, Jay.
I wish somebody would nug Eric there. Hey, you know that. Anyways.
Okay, she will be crawling soon. I can hear it. No, it's a joke about my wife. She likes to crawl on stream. It's so funny. No, dinner's ready. So funny.
I mean, really, it's super simple. You know, not financial advice, but the way that I do things is, man, it's super simple. Just accumulate as much as you can of what you really like.
Responsibly.
And hold and let the protocols in the machines do the work for you. That's all you got to do, man. It's real simple. Just don't fumble. It's simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like the stream. I think it was yesterday with the Pulsar team when he was explaining you got to protect yourself from yourself.
I'll be right back, guys.
The way he explained it, I was like, fuck, I never looked at that. Like, he was explaining, like, imagine the amount of people that bought Ethereum at 30 cents and didn't have any at all when it hit 500 or 1,000. And then same for Bitcoin. I was like, fuck, yes, I got to, like, what, how do I lock? Like, I'm going to have to make a plan. Like, 30-40% is going to have to be locked up for like 10, 15 years or 20%. Like, because I got to protect from myself.
There is a staking feature on Titan X.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
I know. Yeah. Well, I was gonna burn them obviously for X28, but now I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to keep tiny percentage. But then Jake said he's gonna make it so fucking lucrative that we're not gonna have choice to burn it. So I was like, fuck. We'll see.
Burn it all.
Yeah, I heard that comment.
If you want to get people to do something, just give them a great deal.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting. I did a mistake at the very beginning because I bought a shitload. Instead of mining, I went hard into I did all the mat and I went hard into buying and I max staked. Instead of using them, I did mine also, but I went hard into the buying and max stake, and then Dragon X came along. It's like, and then everybody started like, max staking the very few seconds before, and then Dragon X, and I was like, holy fuck, man, it went like 90% down. But also the other mistake I did was it's fine. It's going to be back up, and Dragon X is going to pay me 100-fold, like 1,000-fold. But what was I saying? Sorry. Yeah, the miners. I tried not mining too long, see if I could play with it. But no, I just should have listened to Jake and not financial advice. But in general, it's always best to max mine. He was saying in general, and I should have done that.
He said that so much in the beginning. Just max mine.
What blows my mind is like how many times Jake has said, like, for the next 9 months, this is distribution period. This is hyperinflation. We're distributing. How many times he told him this is going to be hyperinflationary? We're distributing. We're putting the tokens out so people can buy them. And still people are complaining, oh, the price is going down. Well, holy fuck, man. How many languages does he have to tell you? Like, it's normal. We're printing billions and trillions of tokens. Jeez and rice, man. Like,
1 weekend. Why is there no moon?
Yeah.
Broke local. Didn't we break local high yesterday?
Yeah.
Local high yesterday. Today, why dump? What's going on? It's like, what are we talking about? Like, we're breaking local highs like all the time. Like, it's so insane, man. Welcome to crypto.
My miner went from a 5x to a 4x. I'm gonna now rage dump.
Right? So crazy. 2 protocols all-time highs. Titan X new local all-time high. Everything else went up, right? Like, and then to next day or two we dump it. It's over for you guys. Guys, it's so silly.
Jake, I gotta ask you a question about Hydra, if you don't mind. I wanna see if I understood it correctly. So my understanding is that, and if you can answer, you can. If you can't, it's fine. But my understanding is that the flow from Hydra to Dragon X, right? Like, we're mining Hydra, the miners gonna start coming out like crazy in a few months, whatever. And the flow from Hydra comes out in, sorry, what the hell was I saying? No, the Titan X, sorry, that's being put in. it goes from Dragon X to Hydra. So it's like 20% is burned immediately of the Titan X. 80% goes to Dragon X, buys Dragon X. 20% of that is burned. The other remaining 60% of that goes through Hydra, buys Hydra, and burns the shit out of it. Right?
Yep.
My question is, when it goes from Titan X to Dragon X, sorry, like right now the buy and burns are not cranked because there's nothing to burn. The Hydra is not coming out yet. Right? So in theory, the team or the group or whoever would have access to those levers, in theory, they would only, like when it's time to burn Hydra, with that Titan X, only at that time would we would see the Titan X flow through Dragon X, right?
That's already happening. It's happening at a relatively quick pace, so it's every 33 minutes.
No, but
this is all calculated out.
No,
wait,
but
make your question more clear because you're all over the place. What was the question?
Assuming that the buy and burn decides that it wants to be more aggressive on Hydra. Okay.
Yeah.
The Titan X buy and burn wants to be more aggressive on Hydra because there's more coming out, more mints coming out. Only at that time would we see a more aggressive buy on Dragon X, right? Like it's not coming to Dragon X. It's not going from Dragon X to Hydra and then it's waiting there, right? It's like when it's time to go crazy on buying Hydra, that's when we'll see from Titan X to Dragon X to Hydra, right? At a higher pace,
no, so
right?
the way it works is, so you have Titan X by Dragon X and then Dragon X by Hydra. So when the Titan X comes in, it goes into Titan X by Dragon X. That buys Dragon X, which then goes into the second vault, which then buys Hydra. So in theory, you could crank up the Titan X buys Dragon X, but that will not directly buy Hydra. Hydra would have the secondary effect of Dragon X going up in price, which will increase the mining ROI. Like, for example, Hydra is currently at around 260, 280% miner ROI.
Yeah.
Which is a 3.8x. It's fucking great. Because this is also including the 50% up that Titan X went. So if people went in and you look at the dollar value, they're actually up 4 or 5x. So the mining ROI is tracking beautifully. But then the thing with so the Titan X could buy all the Dragon X at once. That Dragon X does not directly buy Hydra. That has a separate interval. So that's the cool part about it, because now it's buying Dragon X cheap. And then once Dragon X rebounds on its Titan X ratio, it basically has free money sitting there.
Can you say that again?
For example, so it buys Dragon X, stores it in the vault.
Yeah.
Because if you go to app.hydra.win.
I got it. Jeez and rice. Yeah, when Dragon X goes up, Dragon X goes up, it's higher purchasing power against Hydra.
Yeah, look at the second buy and burn. That's what he's talking about right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But okay, but the amount of Titan X that went in, not even like that went in originally, there's not much of that. There's not a huge amount of that has hit Dragon X yet, right? Because Dragon X would have went to the moon.
No, it's 9.
No. It's so Dragon X. This is kind of interesting. The biggest Dragon X whale has been exiting. So you see the chart. You see the chart. You can't even see him, and that's because of Hydra. That dude has sold almost $2 million. And the chart of Dragon X couldn't give less of a fuck, and that's because of Hydra. So there's a lot of like these systems that protect the users.
And Titan Farms adding liquidity.
Yep.
There's 12.6 million just waiting to buy Dragon X more.
That was my big question. Thank you. That was my next question. Yes.
I haven't bought it yet. So everything that you see that's filled up in number 2, that was already bought in the past for Dragon X.
Yeah, I don't see it right now, but no, it's okay.
So now that sitting there, 973, that's powder for Hydra now to actually be bought.
Are you looking at the Dragon X website or
the Hydra website?
The Hydra.
So can you say that again? Sorry.
Yeah. So if you look at
Hydra.
Go to Hydra's website.
Yeah.
You see where it says buy Dragon X. The V1. You see where it's like if you look at you see it.
Do I go stats or buy and burn? Buy and burn.
Buy and burn.
You see where it says
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. Okay.
That hasn't been used yet. That is all waiting to buy Dragon X, right? Now, if you go to where it says Hydra, right? What that number that you see, 61 billion Dragon X, that was ready.
Almost
that was
$1 million.
that was bought and sitting there now to go buy Hydra when time is right. You understand? And then Vortex Vortex is storing some of that Titan X and storing the Dragon X is been purchasing on the side for extra ammo to come out in the future too. You know, it's like the extra shotgun blast. You know,
when the Hydra Vortex triggers, so this Titan X goes from Dragon X immediately to
no, not immediately.
No, sorry, but the Titan X is going to go to Dragon X and then to Hydra, and then Dragon X is just going to go to Hydra, basically.
Yes, exactly. Goes to the first buy and burn, the other one goes to the second buy and burn. That's like the extra ammo.
Perfect. Thank you, because I was trying to figure it out, and because I knew there was 20 trillion that went in, and I was trying to figure out like what is sitting for Dragon X and what is sitting. So perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
What we explained right now, that's the same thing that happens with basically like Hyper, very similar.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happens with Titan X, with ETH. It's almost the same concept. You know, if you understand, just move the tokens around, you know? It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was like, boom, okay, time to crank up the buy and burn on the Hydra bit. So boom, goes from Titan X to Dragon X to Hydra burn right away, right? Like I didn't know if it was separated, stopping there for a while. So
yeah, for example, let's say if the OA of Hydra wants to, you know, just pump the shit out of Hydra right now. Let's say, you know, it's hypothetical talking, right? It could take the Hydra buy and burn that's sitting there right now without touching the first Dragon X one and just crank up the purchasing power and reduce the time and let people just spam the buy. Then Hydra would just explode, right? But then, of course, people would just dump it down. So that's why you don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? You let
another thing with Hydra is so when max miners hit, you might see the miner ROI go negative for a little bit, like happen with Hyper, and then shoot back up because that's a big supply shock. But then the cool thing is, people can just take their Hydra and earn fucking 506% in Titan farms with the Dragon X Hydra pair. 506% APR. If you compound that, that's some insane number.
Yeah.
Like Hydra people are very, very happy. Yeah. They're doing very well.
In the form of a token too. 500% in the form of a token.
Yeah. Yep. So like me, the way I've the farms is so, and on the poaching side, I always went big on Pulse and Pulse X because I didn't care which one I end up with, right? Down the road to me is the same. So when I do the Hydra and Dragon X pair, it's almost like that for me, right? Like I don't care for a while which one I end up with because I'm just, to me, it's the same thing, you know? Of course, yeah, we could talk about, you know, Dragon X and the ratio down the road, blah, blah. But to me, it's, I don't care which one I end up with. My end goal is more Dragon X anyways, you know? So I don't care which one I end up long term, you know? So that's why that's the pair I feel safe playing with. That's just me, you know? Just to help you out, Jay.
And then don't forget Element 280 paired on top of all that.
Exactly. There you go.
He's like, stop talking about farms. Talk about Element 280.
Nice.
No, that's what's great with Element 280 is like if you're bullish on these projects, then like by default Element 280 is absorbing that.
Exactly.
Know, like,
so good.
Like, you know, talk all you want about how bullish you are on all these projects. It's great for Element 280.
You know, one thing I would love to see on the Element 280 stats is similar to like the Vault Treasury, because I told Steve this. So when you go to Vault stats, you can see what is in the Treasury, which is essentially the same as the reward payout, because that's element that's basically locked up there for a week that is not owned by users. So that could be like an extra pie in the pie chart. The reward payouts, because that's owned in the smart contract. It's not a user.
That's a cool idea. Yeah, that would be super easy to add as well. So, yeah, that's
23% burns, bro. This thing is gonna. There's not gonna be any left.
Jake,
and then you're gonna build on it. That's the crazy part.
You get it, right? E280.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
It is. It's so good, bro. It's so good. It's so good.
This is a great comment right here.
Yeah. E280 is basically just a game of patience. Get your NFT, chill, and that's it. That's all you need to do.
That's all it is. And you
that's
get
this
paid.
entire system. Just exercise a little bit of patience.
Yeah, and this is like reverse. So first off, there's no stake, no lockup. Just holding the NFT, you're earning these rewards. But after the mint phase is done, these NFTs cannot inflate. They can only deflate. So instead of your quote unquote stake, your rewards, they can only grow larger. As every NFT gets burned, you're getting a larger share of the pie. not the opposite. You're not getting diluted by other users coming in. You're getting an increase by users exiting the system. Nobody else can come back in. So,
and you're earning when they exit the system.
yes.
And the volume is only going to increase because we're so effing early in this protocol in the whole Titan X ecosystem.
And that's get rid of it. No, I'm just kidding.
and Jake, can I ask you just one last question? Sorry, on the subject we're talking about Dragon X. So the Dragon X, sorry, shit. The Titan X that's ready to buy Dragon X, and also the Dragon X that's ready to buy Hydra, the group of people or the person or group or whoever created Dragon X is not the person that would be controlling the buy and burn, right? Whoever created Dragon X is not.
No. So I built Hydra.
Yeah, I know.
Just like all buy and burns, the founder of that protocol is the one who has access to everything. And that's
I was 99% sure, but I just wanted to make it 1,000%.
Good question. Some people don't know. Good question. There's no stupid question, right? Like,
well, I just didn't know once it flows there if it happens to be another person that had the lever. Then I was just wondering if it's the person I might be talking to right now or somebody else that had.
Yeah, it's good.
Don't worry about it.
You know what I mean?
No, it's a good question. People need to understand too that what Jay is talking about too. The funds are in smart contracts. They're not just in regular wallets, personal wallets. You know? These are smart contracts. So what he's talking about, it's important to talk about and to understand that the sections he's talking about these are all smart contracts. You know, not like Jake or anybody or whoever has keys to any of these things could just take the funds and walk away with it. No, like they could maybe increase or decrease the buy and burn rate, like just like your stove. They just can't take the stove and run away out of your house.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Just whoever is increasing the interval and decreasing the interval, is it? I want to make sure. I just want to check.
Yeah,
if it was the person I thought it was. It's good.
Yo, dude, I love looking at just the element chart, and I see somebody sell and then buy and burns, buy, and then somebody just clicks like the buy and burns and goes right back up. It's so funny, man. It's so good. It's so good.
Dude, you said earlier that you're building. Dude, you said earlier that you're building already. There's 3 other protocols planned for E280, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would they be burning it?
That's all he's saying. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess the count's officially at 4 because I'm including Jake. So we got Jake that's interested. I like his idea. Hyper deflationary on hyper deflationary. Love it. That's all you got to say there. And then you got
deflationary.
Do what?
On hyperdeflationary, because Titan X is about to be hyperdeflationary too.
Yeah.
So he's building hyperdeflationary on your hyperdeflationary.
Jeez, nice.
And then Steve, Volt. Everyone's loving Volt. Volt's just not stopping, and Volt is gonna have one of the pillars is E280. So, yeah, and then obviously more alpha that I'm not ready to share yet, but more is coming. Very soon.
Come on.
Realistically, I mean, with everything we know is building, and then the other 2 or 3 protocols that are planned for, like, realistically, there's got to be at least 30 to 40 other protocols that are planned right now already.
Like in general in the ecosystem, probably.
There's got to be with just so the Blaze team made a very interesting comment once. I don't know if everybody picked up on that, but about a month ago, they said that with when they launched Elevate. Is it Elevate? No, sorry. Accelerate. Sorry.
Oh.
They said that him and his 2 other partners were each getting like 2 or 3 calls per day. Mm-hmm. People wanting to build, and he said, 90% of them are no good. They either don't have a good idea or don't have the money to back or whatever. Maybe only 5-10% are good. But I was like, okay, that's 6 to 9 calls per day. 10% of that is like 1 good lead per day. This was a month ago. Did anybody catch on that? Like, that's insane.
He's doing marketing math over there. I love it. He's like, wait a minute. So this amount of contacts, this amount of leads.
Oh yeah, no, but it's a minimum it's a minimum good lead every second day. That somebody's got a good idea and got the money to back it. In theory, kind of. They're getting like 15 solid leads per month. Just that team alone.
Mm-hmm.
This was a month ago.
Yeah.
Nobody even knew at the time. They were not even marketing Accelerate.
Yeah.
Nah, they're also very. They're getting swamped.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. Like, geez and rice.
Yeah. This question, I can't really give advice on, you do DeFi how you do it. But I will say you're welcome to compound. And you're going to pay a tax to all the NFT holders in the process.
You can try.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Volt is up only. It's sick. Volt just came out of nowhere. I was not ready for that. It's so good.
Every time there's a little pullback, I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you. Let me just get a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all the pillars that he's launching are going to put a significant amount of pressure on the original Volt. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's also, it's taking all these tokens as inputs. So it's supporting everything. All these pillars are supporting these projects, just like E280. It's going to be an input token on one of these pillars. So it's designed to support Volt, but it's pulling E280 off the market. Because it's required as a token for an input to come in. So
yeah. So if you look at sorry.
Yeah, and so for example, Volt Gold, I think 10% of the E280 that goes in gets burned, and then it routes through the Volt pairing, and then a percentage of the Volt that gets bought through the market goes back into the Volt, the treasure Volt, so people can auction on it on the Volt side. So it provides buy pressure, burns the input token. So it burns the input token, provides buy pressure on Volt, and that's just providing buy pressure on Volt. It's also buy pressure on itself, because Volt Gold, for example, is paired with Volt. Like there's you did a whole stream on it. I think it was yesterday when you talked about the Nexus, etc. I was like in the middle.
Yeah, I listened to that stream. I did, and I tried to.
It was a lot.
Holy fuck, man! I was like, geez, and rice. And then there's the wheel, and then there's the Nexus, and then there's the Apex. I was like, geez, and rice. And Jake's like, what the fuck are you building? He's like, cheese and rice. I'm like, if Jake is freaking out, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, it clicked with me now. The Nexus is a cool idea. I'm very curious to see how that plays out, where you just essentially recirculate in certain liquidity pools while burning and vaulting, etc. That's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out, because that helps everything, because it becomes a massive supply sink.
But is 100% of the input token burned, like Inferno or
no?
No. Okay, that's what.
No. So let's say
you need the liquidity.
Let's say element 280 comes in, 1 billion element 280 comes in, 100 million gets burned. The other element 280 essentially buys gold, which is the Volt on element 280.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a very similar setup to the original Volt, just with different input tokens and the Volt pairing in the middle, and a percentage going back to the treasure Volt.
Oh, fuck! It's buying the original Volt to get to the.
Oh yeah, it's a massive buy and burn
to get to the pillar. Jesus Christ! Oh shit!
We're gonna blow his brain right here on
This
stream.
guy's
Live
losing
on
his
stream.
mind.
No, it's just that I'm like, I don't want to sell this one and this one. I need to buy a bit of this, but I don't want to sell this.
Oh, did that comment from Fox Mulder? The last one. That was actually funny. He says, nice of Dude to take a break from playing background elf number 12 in Lord of the Rings to be here with us today.
Is he talking about me or?
No, about
Dude.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, I gotta jump off. I gotta go take care of some stuff. I'm sitting here in the dark. Like I've been sitting here with sunlight, and now the sun has went down, and I'm still at my computer, and it is dark outside, and my dog's bugging me. She wants some attention, so I gotta jump off.
Go ahead,
It's
buddy.
been great, You don't have enough E280.
That's right.
You don't.
That's right.
You don't.
I'm in the same time zone as you, and it's sunny where I am still.
Bro, it's 9 p.m. in New York. I didn't eat breakfast yet. I'm about to go eat breakfast.
Nice.
I didn't eat anything all day. That's what's up. Let's fast today. Let's go. It's so funny.
Okay, you guys take care. Thanks for having me.
Better, man.
Hey, buddy.
You're
Take care,
awesome.
man.
See ya. Yeah.
All right, well, fellas, I'm about to drop off too. My wife, I know, is gonna knock me out if I don't get off. All right, it's been a pleasure. Oh man, what a conversation, dude. What you created was amazing. Jake, you already know how I feel about you. Mo, you, Jay, keep up with your marketing stuff, and the information you give is very valuable. I appreciate it, man. Everybody in the chat, keep it up, man. This is great. Get your E280s, man. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man. In a few months, I'm gonna look back and be like, I told you, you should get it. You know, so please do that. And, dude, I did send you a TG. When you ever get a chance to look at that, we'll talk about that more later. Okay, buddy?
Cool. Yeah.
You guys enjoy it, man. And, you know, just don't FOMO, man. Don't FOMO too much, man. And please, if you can.
Too late for that.
You can't do that. You give us all FOMO, and then you go, don't have FOMO. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's all you do is give me FOMO. I love you, Marco.
Burn all your NFTs if you can, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, guys. Later.
See you, bro. See you, bro.
See it.
All right, I'm gonna hop off as well because I don't want to hit
Yeah.
the 4 hour mark. Because
Yeah,
4
I
hours.
was
you need
just
to go
gonna
for
say,
five.
as long as you end in the next 15 minutes, Jake's happy.
No, yeah, I'm ready to wrap up. You know, because we did an hour-long stream with Mo before we even started this, so we're going on plenty long enough.
Yeah,
Nice.
These
Jake,
stats are
animals.
amazing.
Jake, do you have
Animals all
time
of
to
you.
jump on a call for about 10 minutes so I can run my marketing idea with you? I didn't want to say it on
We
the
can do
stream
it in
'cause I-
we can do it in the back room after this. I can be on for like 5-10 minutes more.
yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah. Anybody? You got any last words, Jake?
I'll do the Mo. It's gonna be nice.
Fucking nice.
Well, now Mo, now you can't say that. So, what are your last words?
Let's fucking go.
Oh, damn it! You stole my last words.
Before you go, how do we do the back room?
Well,
You just stay
I'll
on.
kill the stream in a second. Yeah, just stay on for a second. Yeah. Just a quick update. Minting for E280 is live. We've got 18 days, 12 hours. After that, minting is forever closed. The tokens in supply are that's capped, and we start that deflationary stage very soon. So let's fucking go. Thanks for coming on and checking us out. And I'll definitely have my face on screen quite a bit in the next week or two. So yeah, stick around. And peace.